Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another reaction stream. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. I hope your week has started well. It's been interesting. What's going on, Luke? Thanks for joining, as always. From Spain, that's amazing. First off, the picture of that burger that you posted in the Discord, chef's kiss. That looked so good. So unbelievably good. And the onion rings as well. So if you want to know what we're talking about, join the Discord. It's free and open to everybody. The link is everywhere. It's on the website. It's under every video on YouTube. And yeah, go ahead and check it out. Let's see here. We got 5 amazing edits today to start off the week. We're going to start with Critical Role, then we're going to Young Royals, and then we're going to go to the Disney Descendants. I've actually never even heard of the Disney Descendants, believe it or not. So I'm interested to find out more there. Got a lot of information on it. Teen Wolf, and then we're going to end it with a little Deadpool and Wolverine, a.k.a. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be quite the roller coaster, from funny to probably funny as well, to probably maybe a little bit of a down point as we talk about a certain someone, but we'll make the most of it. And then we'll head into Teen Wolf. I don't know what to expect there, to be honest. It's been a while since I've looked into Teen Wolf. Definitely going to need a bit of a refresher. And then we're going to end it on a goofy note, probably, between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I was like, what is his name? Why am I blanking right now? Hugh Jackman's amazing. What's going on, Willow? What is going on? I had a bit of an interesting weekend. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend as well. I always end these every week saying, you know, go out, try something new, get out into the sun, do something. And Luke definitely is doing that, as I can see. I went to a concert this weekend. It was awesome. It was actually a, I don't know if I'm going to butcher the last name or not, but it was a Niall Horan concert. It was actually his last concert in the U.S. of the U.S. tour. Super awesome. It was a long one. Played a lot of songs on the new album, The Show. A couple other songs. He played a One Direction song as well. A couple of his older songs as well. Just really amazing performance. I was never a One Directioner, or a Directioner as I guess they're called, or One Deer. I have no idea. But I never actually listened to any of their songs. Maybe I'd catch something, you know, when it's on at like a mall or a store or something like that. But I never actually listened to their music. But I was introduced at a festival to Niall last year, who's actually doing the same kind of songs from the album. So I was like, huh, I like this. This is like good music. It's catchy. It's got some guitar in it. It's got some interesting vibes, I guess you could say. It's very rock, some indie, some pop. It was just really amazing. So I just got into it heavy and then started listening to it. It's on my playlist that I play in the car. And so went to that concert. It was amazing. It was super hot outside. So we were lined up outside to be able to get into the building through security and all that stuff. And it was just instant sweat, just whoosh. It was like you jumped into a pool or something. It was just brutal in the sun. Absolutely brutal. And then towards the end, this guy came around and he goes, hey, anyone from this person on, if you go around the building, we have more security gates to get in and you'll enjoy it. And I'm like, you know, real quick, get over there. But yeah, it was an amazing time. Absolutely amazing. Had a few adult beverages at a crazy steep price hike. I don't know if you've ever had a White Claw, but that White Claw was, I think it was like almost $17 US. It was outrageously priced. I don't even want to know how much the waters were that I purchased, but needless to say, it was a lot of money on top of the reselling of the Niall tickets. So it was yikes, but it was an amazing performance. He's a great artist. His concert was amazing. You could tell he was obviously singing. You know, you can always tell if somebody's using like backup vocals or maybe they're just lip syncing the whole freaking thing. that was not the case. He did a bunch of acoustic songs as well, which was super cool. Just a roller coaster of emotions. Everyone was super into it. Oh my gosh. It said the venue, which is brand new, 3 years old, could hold like 15,000 people for a concert. I have no idea. Apparently, I'm not a very good judge of people based on numbers and space, but I had no idea it was even remotely close to that number. I would have guessed maybe a couple thousand. Appreciated them, but I didn't really get into them either. But I heard that their solo stuff is amazing. Yeah, Niall and Harry's solo stuff. I've definitely heard of some Harry's songs by now. Obviously, Watermelon Sugar was just everywhere. Like, you couldn't not hear that song. Clearly, they are doing good things. Wasn't a fan of 1D nor their members, but a couple songs I like from them as a whole and separate. Yeah, exactly. I never really... It's not that I didn't like them. I just never really gave them a chance. Maybe that's terrible to say. I heard boy band, and by this point, I'm not young, so I was just like, yeah, whatever. I've been through the boy band thing. Back in my day, it was NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and whatnot. I've already been through that. So I'll let the younger generation have that. But yeah, I've been listening to Niall's stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is good. This is really good. Didn't hate them, just didn't have that connection. I wanted to, but terrible timing because the same year I wanted to get into them was when they disbanded. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's terrible timing. We don't get the White Claw in the UK, Spain, maybe not even Europe, so I don't know what I can... It is a seltzer. Hard seltzer, basically. I know they're like all the rage right now. It's like vodka infused. Basically the same alcohol content as a beer. But it's just alcohol instead of beer, I guess. Or vodka instead of beer. I don't know. I look at the alcohol percentage and I'm like, why? Why am I having this instead of just a beer? I like the taste of beer. I mean, it's a little different, I guess, but I guess the big pull on it is it's less calories, less carbs and stuff like that. But at that point, I'm just like, all right, it's the same amount. It's doing the same thing. I don't know. I don't get the appeal, but yeah, they were expensive. $17. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the follow, Woomy. I appreciate it.
Just do
welcome, welcome. As a K-pop fan, the term boy band has changed so much for me. Yeah, I bet it has. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a great concert. The venue was beautiful. It's the first time I've ever been there. But yeah, it was really special to be there for the last show of his US tour. And he was dressed to the nines in like cowboy getup. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Clearly he's like buying into the whole cowboy thing, but I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. But he seems to enjoy this place. I saw him a year ago at the festival. He was ripping on how hot it was because it was outdoors, obviously. And he literally ended the concert with, all right, everybody, when you get into your cars, just blast that AC. You deserve it. I was just like, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty warm out there. Mostly drink cocktails, spirits, vodka, gin. Yeah, well, I do enjoy a nice beer. But I guess if I were to do a mixed cocktail, it would be a gin and tonic. It's kind of my summer drink. But I can always go for just a bourbon neat, just straight up. No ice. Not even chilled. Just room temp. I don't know what an equivalent would be. Let's see if I can come up with anything. While they gained popularity in the US, certain brands have made way to the UK. Some local brands have also started producing some great high-quality seltzer, whether it's regular or hard. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It's here's one, apparently. Truly is another one. I guess Henry's is a local one. Never heard of that. High Noon is over here. White Claw. Yeah, it's basically just seltzer water with vodka infused in it. Spiked sparkling seltzer, I guess is another way to put it. Highest percentage of alcohol I've ever had was soju. I think I had a soju that was like 11%, 11.2 or something like that. I don't know. The one I had was very cheap. I don't know if there's better tasting sojus, because that one was pretty, ugh. It was pretty bad. One more here, but I just want to know what Critical Role video you're doing, just in case you need the context I added. Let's see. It is the very best of Jester's sendings. And I think I put context in. Let me go ahead and bring that over, because I did take a screenshot of what you put for it. You know what? Let me bring this back. Why is that open? Now I'm just finding things open that shouldn't be open. Okay. Yeah, I brought, I took a screenshot of what you put in the Discord. Oh, okay. I had 45% once. Flavor was great. Hangover wasn't. 45% soju? Good Lord. At that point, it's just hard liquor. At that point, it's just liquor. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the highest ever alcohol percentage I've had was probably Everclear, which is just under moonshine, if you even know what that is. The highest, so in most of the US states, the highest you can get is around 151 proof. But in certain states, you can get Everclear up to 190 or 191. I forget which one it is, which is just crazy, because 200 is pure ethanol, basically. It was brutal. It was mixed in. It was mixed in with a bunch of stuff in like a, you know, paint bucket kind of thing, kind of situation, like a witch's cauldron, if you will, of regret. But yeah, it was interesting. You're just setting yourself on fire, basically. Yes, basically the bottle did include a warning, you know, flammable. This is flammable, and don't drink too much of it. I'm a uni student. The amount of different stuff I've tried is crazy. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah. You really spread your wings at uni, for sure. That is something I definitely found to be the case. Oh my gosh. If you'd like to request your own videos and kind of guide the stream as you will, and send me some content you want me to react to, and also for all of us to enjoy and kind of learn about as well, go ahead and head over to toddreacts.com. The season and series tiers are the ones where you can request. Episode tier is for longer form content. Preview tier is for basically, you know, kind of a hat tip, if you will. A busker, you know, side of the street kind of thing. I'm playing a banjo and you're just like, oh, it's not bad. That's the preview tier. While you're there, check out the summer collection of merch, which is available right now. We have a lot of great stuff, a lot of wonderful stuff. I'm obviously wearing the polo, as you can see. Got the jersey as well. I usually wear that for gaming streams. And then I wear this one a lot as well, the lightweight logo tee. And tons of good options there. Amazing quality stuff. I've bought all of this for samples and whatnot to make sure it's good quality material and the stitching's good and the designs turn out okay. So I've checked everything. Obviously, I'm not going to be wearing the tank top or the crop tee anytime soon, but I have bought them to make sure they're good. And I've actually given them out as gifts. So positive reviews all around, thankfully. So I know you'll enjoy it. I got the insulated tumbler right here. Go ahead and check out the accessories as well. You'll see me sipping on that pretty much every stream from here on out. And I got the water bottle here. I take this into work. It's my work hydration bottle, if you will. It's amazing. Doesn't spill. I actually fill it up before I go to work, and doesn't spill in the car, anything. Super cool, super handy. And yeah, lots of good stuff here. I wear the hat a lot. I don't wear it on stream, obviously, because you'll never see me. It just blocks the entirety of the light, and I'll just be looking like this. In terms of TV, I'm like in a weird mindset. Benedict, excuse me, Benedict was announced as the lead for season 4 this Thursday. However, Umbrella Academy is ending after 4 seasons. Oh my gosh. Oh, talk about a high and a low. That's too bad. Desk mat is literally right in front of me. You can't see it, but it's been on the desk for months at this point. Probably a year at this point. I'm not exactly sure. I think I launched the website in June. So yeah, it's been over a year. Last June. Coaster's in front of me as well. It's currently being used, occupied. And the travel mug is actually at work, just in case I ever want coffee. Which is rare, but hey, every now and then I need a jolt of caffeine. If you're watching on Twitch and you had no idea this is started on YouTube and all the VODs are on YouTube and everything's on YouTube, go ahead and check it out. Todd Reacts on YouTube. Just crossed 12,500 subscriptions, which is super cool. Go ahead and join today. On our way to 20,000 subs. And yeah, amazing. I'm forever stunned. I'm forever stunned and grateful and humble and all that stuff. It's been a wild ride, and I'm glad you're here for it. Yeah, it has just been incredible. Just incredible. I hope you've enjoyed it as well, and maybe you've learned some things as well. I've definitely learned a lot. I've been introduced to a lot of content that I would not have been introduced to, which is exactly the purpose of the channel. Exactly the purpose of all of this. I got kind of tired of my algorithm, and I was like, I wonder what's on other people's algorithms. And that's exactly why I started this. Don't worry, I'll catch up. 162 to 200. Oh my gosh. And if you're into gaming streams at all, I'm on a little bit of a hiatus. I'm going to be doing catching up on the longer form content here. So you're going to see a lot of that if you join the episode tier on the website, toddreacts.com. I'm going to take a little bit of hiatus from Hogwarts Legacy. It's been super fun. But yeah, I need extra time to be able to catch up on stuff. So subscribe today. You'll be well aware if I schedule another stream, because I do schedule it in advance. So you'll get plenty of notification over that. And yeah, let's go ahead and remind you about the Discord. Woo! Join the Discord. It is free. It is awesome. We have, I think it's close to 120 members right now. It has been amazing. You get notifications whenever I'm live. As well as if you want to request a channel and you're really into something and you're like, hey, I wonder if, this channel's available, and you don't see it. We're at 119. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. And they're all really good people. It's been extremely pleasant conversation from everybody. It has been awesome. So if you're looking for people to hang out with and talk to, this community has just been an incredible thing. And I know you're going to love it. If you see something, maybe you don't see something on the Discord and you're like, dang, really want to talk about this, really want to talk about this one thing. You can request a channel, and the request a channel, ... channel. Bit redundant there, but you can request it and it'll be made so you can talk about whatever you want to talk about that thing. Want to post memes, videos, whatever, music, go for it. And chances are you're going to find other people that are into it too. We have a public lobby now, so you can just talk amongst yourselves, and I chime in from time to time as well. Updates from me, that's basically if stream is going to be late or canceled or maybe moved to a different day. You'll find out via that as well. Yeah, you can see all these wonderful topics, and let me tell you, there is action in each and every one of these. I get a lot of notifications on my phone. Certainly you can mute any notifications that you don't want from certain channels. That's your prerogative. But if it's something you're into, I think you're really going to love the discussions. And a bunch of fun stuff as well. I posted pictures of the concert in the Adventures channel, so if you want to check it out, go ahead and do so. The food channel is always interesting. What are you making? What are you into? You know, what's a good recipe? What'd you try out? What'd you completely burn while you're trying to make? Hobbies is always a good one. Movies. What movies have you seen? What review would you give it? How many stars? How many thumbs up? Olympics has been really hot as of late. Obviously, the Paris Games have been going on. So if you want to chime in on the Olympics, what's going on there, be sure to do so. And yeah, if you're a member on the website, you actually get certain special areas that are kind of invisible, I guess, to normal people that join. So you can check those out. And obviously, if you're on a requesting tier, those appear as well. And that's how you request videos. But yeah, join today. It is awesome. You're going to love the people that are in there. I truly mean that. Nothing but great interactions from everybody. It has been truly a blessing for sure. I muted them all, but I read everything. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple that I muted, but I do check in there from time to time. And if you tag me, I'll see it, and then I'll respond. So if you want direct input from me, you know how to get me. What sent me in a food come with a burger? That burger looks so good. Oh my gosh. It looked amazing. And the bun looked incredible. It's very hard because, you know, so many places they kind of like push it down or whatever and just smash the heck out of it. Or they just way over grill it to the point it's like burned. I'm like, what did you do here? It's got to be that perfect blend of, you know, just a little grilled on the inside and certainly not smashed onto the burger. The burger can be smashed, right? Smash burgers, but don't want to smash the bun. That's probably the biggest issue I have with fast food, honestly, is that it's almost always just smashed and looking terrible, which is not what you want. Let's go ahead and jump into that first video. The first video is the very best of Jester's sendings, and we do have some context there I'm going to bring up first. I think I have it over here. All right. See if I can figure this out. I'm not sure why it looks like that. Oh, no, it works. Okay. Wow. Just like, what? That reminds me, I forgot to post the dinner I got today. Please do. And hey, that's a good tease. If you want to see Luke's dinner today, go ahead and join the Discord. I'm sure it's amazing. First video context. There is a spell in D&D called Sending. It allows you to give a message to someone you're familiar with. They hear it in their mind. The spell has a catch, though. It has to be 25 words or less. And Jester, Laura Campaign 2 character, was just so unhinged with her messages that everyone dreaded the moment she casted Sending every time. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. All right, that gives us a little sneak peek into what's about to go down. Let's go ahead and do so. Jump in. Here comes the chaos indeed.
Hey, Mr. Gentleman! We found your safe house. We cleared it out of a bunch of fish people. Don't worry, everything's fine now, okay? We also found a troll in the swamp. We killed that too. And we also found some crocodiles. Please respond to this. If you need anything, let us know.
And his agent is dead. His person out here is dead.
And your agent out here, the guy with the no teeth, is dead.
Okay, we'll see how the spell's limit is 25 words.
And I want to cast Sending on my mama. And I'm just going to say, hi, Mom. I got a new spell. I want to say thank you for the package you sent me. I know that it was really hard for you to do that, and I love you so much, and I hope everything's okay with you. And I got your letter and the ink, and I think it's so... Hello, gentlemen. This is Jester. Please respond. Just yes. if you've seen the ruby.
That finger going up and then back down.
Please. Was that 20?
Oh.
Oh! Oh, shit!
Oh my god!
I'm dead. That was funny.
Cough. Once for a yes. Twice for a no. Are they moving you? Are you safe?
Two questions! Oh no! No!
Like, if he coughs twice, is that 2 yeses?
No!
Like, he coughs like 3 times.
Hi.
That was the kickoff.
Fuck me. Please say so next. Or like.
Anyway.
Oh, Jesus. Favorite husbands.
Hey, Internet.
Are there any prominent markings around you? Do you think you'll be alone anytime? Do you know what they have planned for you?
Holla!
That's you! Guess what? We're here! But, not needs to let you know, she looks a little different.
My name's not. No. Veth.
That is not.
That's confusing.
She still loves you. Okay. Oh.
Come on. 25, right?
You don't have to use all the words, but
Don't say that.
Come on.
We're on our way.
We're on our way.
Yeah.
You got it.
Traditional Zen.
Hey, Luke. It's the blue lady you met that one time. I'm with your mom and your dad. They love you, they're cool, and okay.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Two, though.
Oh, so we need
Hello, yes,
Is that one word? Let's call it
Heyo, yeza.
yeah, it's 2. We'll go with 2.
So we're all safe. Don't worry about us. We fought these guys with like 5 arms. Woof, we almost died. But no, we're good. We're good. Also, no, it can just be simple this time.
Yeah.
What if I just go like do 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 do?
Don't start with that. Caleb is legitimately laughing in the middle of the room.
I'll end with that.
What do you mean, though? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So you cast the spell,
Oh, man.
reaching out into the ether, sending your thoughts and words forward. You say,
The orphan maker has arrived.
Oh, dear.
Where can we find you?
Oh, dear.
Do 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
"This was a face shield."
Caleb thinks that because of his history, he may be able to learn something about himself that would help you guys if it's alive. You pooping? Okay. Further developments on our mission. We need your help again to travel a great distance. It's of dire importance.
Okay.
That's one word.
What do you think? Can you? Hey, Yeza. Found out nuggets.
I like how they're
are
making her do
ground
25
nuts, like in
words.
a meal
Yes.
form. Because I don't think we've been feeding him the right things.
Also, how's my family?
Also, how's the fam?
Like just by counting down the words from 25, it feels like they're
Hello, is everything
egging
okay?
it on,
We're back
which
at
is
the
just
house.
amazing.
Just wondering where you are. Let me know. We're all curious.
Yeah.
Donuts.
You have too much power with this spell.
It's the last 6 words that are always the thing.
Yeah,
Just
right.
omit all the verbs. Talk like a caveman.
Hey, we're safe.
Ow.
Tripod.
Turns up the pressure,
Who
but also the
made-
chaos indeed.
Where from? What for?
Fire bad.
How's Luke?
How's Luke?
Don't waste that shit.
Be brief in your responses. You can tell him that too, right?
You got 25 words to respond to this message. Poop.
Oh, wait, there's 5 more. I love this spell so much.
Right.
So we beat the dragon up. This is possibly my father, you guys. I had to sound cool.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I'm going to send a message to the gentleman. He's always really happy to hear from me.
Right.
Hi, Dad.
Oh my god! Right out the fucking gate? Wow! Chill! Oh shit!
So looks like we may be coming back to the area you're in. Do you know anything about this, like, beacon thing? Also, would love to see you. What are you doing right
No,
now?
that's it.
Hello. It is I, Archivist Zenoth, letting you know Beauregard is an expositor now. Top of her class. Oh no. How are things there?
This might be my dad. I sound
Anything
cool.
weird happen?
Hi, Dad.
Anything weird?
No, anything is what we're
Indeed.
It's like, we're back. We really need to talk to you if you have the time. Because it's super important. Also,
Uh-oh.
you're super cool. We miss you. And you float really good.
As a reminder, you don't have to say all the words, but I appreciate the effort. Immediately step down into a darkened stone interior space, one you recall previously as the reception chamber for
Right.
teleportation within Tide Peak Tower.
It went from 25 or
This was
less to
up top,
25, but
It
not
was
more.
partway up the tower.
Partway up, not
We didn't
ground
really
floor.
announce ourselves.
Yes, we did it again.
We said we would tell him. Wait, last time we did this, we called him from this room.
Okay,
Not again.
Oh, hey! Guess what? We're gonna come here in a little bit. We're gonna be here in this tower in a little bit.
Here in this tower? You mean there?
Just let us know when it's good to come in. Hey, Archivist Zenoth. This is the Mighty Nine. I don't
What?
think. What? I don't think you like us, but. Are we allowed to come there yet? Because we have
Yeah, that's only half of what we have in.
important.
There you go.
We have important.
You wasted it.
We
well,
have
what?
important.
But it was God's fault.
Sorry, should I hype man your
You
message?
echoed the
I
hype.
hide my own.
What do you send to the planking?
Hey, Planking. It's Chester. Do you remember me? How are things going there? We miss you. Are you guys causing crimes and stuff? How's your hair? You put me?
It's literally like Jester is writing a freaking postcard.
I'm going to send a message to both.
Hey, how are you?
Council.
I'm good. Just having a one-way conversation.
Wait, what now?
Okay.
This checklist is crazy.
I'm
This is a
so
crazy
happy.
checklist.
Sending is dangerous.
How are things going there? Did you heed my warnings before? We're keeping eyes on you.
Send a message to the inevitable end.
What?
And just say, hey, so you kind of disappeared, but I just want to say thank you so much for helping out back there. If you want a friend, because it's probably... Send another one. Pretty lonely. There. With whatever you're doing. If you want a friend, you know, just let us know. Thank you again. Also, like your hair. Guess who's
Nice compliment at the end. I like it. I like it.
We're back at the Jor house. We
Gotta
miss
love
you
the
so
big boy
much. We
shirt
need to talk
she's
to the bride
sporting
queen.
right
Are you
now.
around? Oh my gosh, you have to hear about everything. That's one word. That. There you go. Oh my gosh. We just talked to the bride queen. Things are looking good. Maintain the ceasefire. Super important. We'll be arriving tomorrow to talk.
Matt's impressed.
We all
I mean, that was solid. Stuck the landing on that.
Esek. We don't know anything about you. I just realized we should really
She's
hang
sending
out
important
more.
info to us. You're right.
Are you single? Do you have kids?
Like mixed in with the chaos.
Swipe right.
Swipe right? Also, mom's name? Not. Are you in the tree? Where are you?
No, I'm not in the tree.
You can't respond. I'm still talking. Wait till I finish talking with her. And then
By
you
the way,
can
if you're
respond.
watching on
Just
Twitch,
let
be
me
sure to
know.
follow. We are
Way over the
so close
And what do you
to
say?
that first 100
Hey,
follows.
you
It's
remember us?
crazy.
It's 99. We're coming to see you along with some other folks. They're all big.
Singing
Singing telegram is really great, actually. That lifted my spirits.
Also,
Maybe
Luke
they have
literally
pink
just
hair.
posted his food
Maybe
on the
they don't.
Discord, so if you want to check it out, join the
I'm going to
Discord.
send Ford a message. Ford,
We just go, wait.
What's taking you guys so long? We're going to the ball. It's a sheesh. Do 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 do.
I appreciate the background noise in the messages.
It is so much weirder when you're in receipt of one of those messages. I honestly thought she was going to ask if I was pooping. Did she hear all that?
oh my.
Forgetting that they can hear us.
They're at the ball leader. Let's go.
Oh, dragon turtle. I'm so very sorry we attacked you. I didn't realize you were just searching for your mate. And now I feel really guilty. If you need help, how many words is
That's
this?
it.
Anybody?
That's, yeah, you're done.
I forgot.
If you
It's
need
the 3
help.
months
I
of
know.
thing. I was enjoying still.
Gotta keep up with this, Travis.
I'm going to send a message to Orly before I forget that I said I was going to send a message to Orly.
Okay.
Orly!
Avocado.
We found, count this, 4,
Count this.
Count what?
Sending a message.
Orderly.
Oh! We found.
We found.
Ford, count this.
No.
Sorry.
A village. The people here could be crazy. Maybe you guys should hide. Also, they might try to destroy ship.
Yeah.
Yasha, you played so good. We're all heading back to the treehouse. Come back. You poopy?
Yasha, come back. I'm already here in the treehouse. So,
Well, I didn't either way.
I'll see you guys in just a moment.
You heard that just as you're opening the door. She's like right there talking to you. It's that weird moment where you're both on the phone, but you both went to the same room. Is that...
There's lots of ships, unguarded, on the east side, behind the upside-down waterfall. But move fast, 'cause these things are flying off the shelves tomorrow. Oh, Archivist Cavanaugh.
Another sticking the landing on that one.
We are on our way to the teleportation circle within your
Library.
library.
Yeah.
Okay, see you soon. Can't wait for
We're
it.
the Mighty Nine.
It's We're the Mighty Nine.
Yeah.
I'm the blue.
Matt having to
Coming
do
with
it
both.
right.
Dearest Trent. Hey, got your message.
I mean, at this
to
point, you just
Caleb.
realize it's
we
amazing
will def
content.
Be there. Can't wait
It's a roller
to see
coaster
what
every
your
time.
house looks like. Any dress code?
Ooh.
Dang. I'm getting good at this,
Stuck
you
the
guys.
landing.
Growth. Hi. If we need to leave super fast, how quick could you get Caduceus's armor done? Like a day? How much would it be?
And my flask.
And Flask. Hi, I'm here with Ford. He hired you. Wondering if you found Sabian. What's going on there? Is he dead? Is he alive? Just let's
It's the high-pitched squeak at the end that really makes it.
Hi. We're headed to Aor. The Nonagon is here. Can you help us? We're looking for threshold crests. Do you have any knowledge? Huh? That's the worst message I've ever sent. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It was 4
It's me when I do
ideas
something
ago.
right and being good at this growth.
Do you want to meet us? Things are dangerous. It's important.
Tell him where we are.
I don't know how to tell him where we are.
Oh,
Tell him where we just left. We just left.
South of the.
We just left A5, whatever that means. Meet you by the flow change.
Moving north.
Moving north. That one did not go as well, I don't think. Hey,
No.
it's Chester. With Caduceus.
I'm that kind of mindset where I'm like, you know what?
Mom and Dad okay?
It'll work its way out.
How's the Grove?
Even if I stumble, it'll figure itself out.
How's the circle of thumbs up?
We're gonna be doing dangerous stuff, but it's okay. Be home soon.
I'm not.
How's the circle thumbs up?
And say, hey, I'm just making sure everything's okay back
Not
there.
saying I'm not gonna try my
Did you
hardest, but
follow us? We're in
I'll
the
try my
tower
hardest
tonight.
and give the emotion
Dang,
of
this is crazy
it'll work its way
stuff,
out.
man. To Aor. Hey.
Good.
Won't be able to make it back anytime soon. So, any pertinent information, please tell. Use words carefully. But we could use words.
What?
Udala, we're probably sending you something really important. Hope it shows up. Keep it secret. Safe. Shit.
You got 10 more.
I could have said keep it safe. Shit.
I could have said
You
keep
fumbled
it
it.
safe.
I found fucking balls.
And out.
That's it.
Cornelius, what would you like me to say?
Just
I gotta say, those
coming
little
home-
iPad minis
coming
are
home,
like
things have
perfect for
been-
this.
strange. And is everything all right? Has there been any change? Are things holding?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to send a message to Cornelius.
That was 22 words.
Wow. I'll give it some flair. Take that. I'll make it.
They have their stats and feats and spells on there. That's awesome. I assume.
I already forgot.
I think it'd be handy if they had like a, I don't know, like Slack
I haven't
or
sent the message yet. Stop it.
Microsoft Teams or something where I could send
I'm sending the
messages
message now.
to each other, so they're not like recording it,
Cornelius.
but they could, you know, quickly remind somebody or something.
Caduceus here. We've been doing things creepy shit.
Is everything?
Where's the punctuation in that sentence?
Shit.
I feel like that just kind of slipped out.
That sounds like you're trying to tell his parents you've been getting involved with their son there.
Heading back. How are things there? Creepy shit too? How's the woods?
They have a group chat. Oh, okay.
Let
That's
me know.
awesome.
A lot of umlauts in that message.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, wow.
Hello.
Solid.
Have you procured the items? If so, meet us. Hold on.
By the school.
By the school. That's not specific.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, don't fuck us over. Get out of there, Ford! Ford, we're in Nicodronis. Tell Caduceus to send you to Nicodronis.
Oh, shit. I just got a message saying that they're in Nicodronis. They had to leave. Are we in Nicodronis?
I guess that's what you heard.
We're at the lighthouse, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, that's all I got back.
I guess we're in Nicodronis.
I don't get sent a lot of messages. I forgot you can reply.
I'm gonna try to message Ford.
Okay, go for it.
Ford, are you guys okay? Did you make it through that first room and the second room? Are you in the dragon room? What's taking so long? We're here. We almost...
As you are standing there with Yasha and Beauregard, with the golem looming behind you, about to break out of its stun, and your hands, you're all agreeing to go ahead and place your hand down onto the glowing crystal, you hear this at super speed in your head. Hey,
Well, are you okay? Do you need a tissue?
We gotta go! Spear!
you hear... Passion to the scat.
All these poor people have no idea what's going on.
I know. I know. It's beautiful.
Such too deep.
They are being torture. Hello. You don't know me.
Hello.
But I know Ford. Is there anything you want me to tell him? Make it good. Tusk Love rocks.
Maybe you could make it sound like seagulls are happening behind her.
I don't know if that transfers. I don't think it sends my environment. I think it's just my voice. You can still do
It's
it.
like
in
a
the
system
background.
Some Foley. We make some cobblestones and maybe some street vendors.
Oh yeah, we could do some call out.
Good job!
Oh my god.
Can you walk around in a circle?
It's a great tie-dye hoodie.
Everybody.
idea.
I don't need any more distractions, please.
Haberdasher! Haberdasher!
Oh, 7 thunder of the world.
Well struck, my lord.
You even remember what we're supposed to say?
No, okay, let's do it.
Twice in one episode, hell yeah.
I literally did a tie-dye in, I don't know, elementary school or something like that. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was going well, and then I introduced like a dark color, but it hit too much of the shirt, and it literally just put this gross, like dark green, almost like sludge or like swamp green, just all over it. I totally ruined it.
Hell yeah.
We're in Trostenwald.
Okay.
You do you.
Where did we
Okay.
throw them off to?
I'm gonna send a message to Astrid.
Okay.
Oh.
It's me. Jester. Hey, I don't know if you're alone.
Oh, Jesus.
If you're not, and you're following us.
Oh no. Oh no.
So many wasted words.
Great start.
Oh, I did it.
Literally broke the entire table.
Your throat. If you're not following us.
Clear your throat if you're not following us.
Clear your throat if they are following us. Is what I said.
I really hope she's alone.
Caleb's like,
Just a pause. I'm so very confused.
She's alone.
round 2.
Yep.
What did you say?
Oh my gosh.
She's alone. I'll send her another message.
Holy
Take 2.
hurt my forehead.
Oh.
All the veins between my skull and my skin.
Sorry. I need to know if you're following us. If you know where we are. What's the plan with you guys? Hope you're alone. If you're not.
Push ups in my pecs, my nips are just above.
Okay. This is good. Can you, for every word, like flex your pecs? Okay, yeah, that's how it counts.
Whoa.
Always wanted to do.
Okay. I lost everything.
I know, they shake you out, don't they?
Let's be fair, we were all hypnotized. I mean, we're gonna be real.
The rising sun.
Everything I want to say has a lot of extra words, and I don't know it. Okay. Dad bod be damned. You may be under scrutiny.
Why are you so angry?
Oh.
Just immediately angry.
Why is she so mad at me?
Let her Shatner.
Ikitong could know about our involvement with you. He could be coming. Maybe he can help. Though. Where are you now?
I like to imagine he dropped his coffee as soon as that hit us.
You are under scrutiny. The message to Yeza too.
That's such a wild way to start a message. You're under scrutiny. What?
Do it as me.
Oh, okay. Ah! It's me! Beth, your wife! I'm alive! Are you? Yes, of course you are! I mean, where are you? Can I come pick you up? As you walk off, you just get a message in your head.
She got there.
I just saw a sea
Definitely
turtle
got
the
there.
size of a horse. Oh my gosh.
Jester just saw a sea turtle size of a horse.
Wow. I miss you guys so much.
She misses us.
Oh, wait, can we talk back to her?
Yeah. You might, if you like get close to my face, maybe she can hear you.
Hey, miss you, love you.
Hey, miss you, Jester. Give Ford a big kiss, okay?
Come back soon, we'll hang out and you know, go do stuff.
Yeah, we're looking at this like petrified forest in the middle of Jurhasian fields.
Oh my god.
Donuts!
Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. That was a wonderful compilation. Very funny. Extremely funny. I like that it turned into a challenge. Like, it was not so much like just get the point across and then hang up. It was very, very much like, I'm going to make use of this entire segment, this entire time segment. And I don't care if it makes sense or I don't know where it's going. Kind of reminds me of, honestly, it kind of reminds me of, what was this in? I think it was Elf with Will Ferrell, where he was just like sometimes, or no, it was Michael Scott. It was Michael Scott in The Office, who was just like, you know, sometimes I just start talking and I don't know where I'm going with it, but I just kind of know I'll get there. Very similar, where you're just like, whatever. Whatever happens with this sentence happens. Oh my gosh. That was truly amazing. Wow. Absolute wow. Oh, I had another point I wanted to bring up and it slipped my mind. I'll probably think of it in 2 seconds. Critical Role, why Jester was one of the most important part of the Mighty Nine. Introduced fans to the Mighty Nine when Campaign 2 launched in 2018. Jester took over her every time she played her. I'm sure it was difficult for fans to imagine falling in love with the new group of characters as easily as they had fallen for Vox Machina. But the very first episode introduced a new set of adventures that would quickly steal viewers' hearts. One character quickly grabbed attention, Laura Bailey's Jester, Lavore, or Lavore. Not exactly sure if there's a little accent put on there. An adorable blue tiefling, cleric of the Traveler, was a breath of fresh air and naivete, forced to travel the world to escape her own mischief. Had Jester not run into Fjord when she did, it's hard to imagine what might have come of her. But given her quick wit, that's one way to put it, quick wit and love for troublemaking, the imagination takes off quickly. Oh my gosh. Born to a famous performer and courtesan, Known publicly as the Ruby of the Sea, Jester's mother adored and doted on her little girl. However, she had to be careful. Her reputation, which afforded them a lavish lifestyle, could not afford to be tarnished by a child, so Jester was hidden and forced to keep herself occupied, while Marion entertained guests. Spending so much time alone fostered Jester's imagination and creativity. It wasn't long before a lonely little girl befriended a god of mischief, calling himself the Traveler. Traveler, later revealed to be Archfey Lord Artigan of the Morn Crown. I have no idea if I said any of those words right. Thrived on Jester's devotion and began empowering her with magic to aid in her hilarious pranks. One of the pranks led to Jester's banishment from Nicodranus, using magic learned from the Traveler, to impersonate her mother. Jester tricked one of Marion's clients into putting on her girdle, then locked him out on the balcony in broad daylight for all to see. That's funny. Unfortunately, that client turned out to be a powerful lord, and in his humiliation, he ordered Jester's execution. Marion gave her daughters 5,000 gold crowns and helped her escape. Jester spent her money quickly and frivolously, before encountering a half-orc warlock named Fjord, who became her travel companion. They later met Beauregard, and the three of them, I don't know why I said that, but it just reminds me of Scooby-Doo. And the three of them traveled to the Nestled Nook Inn, where they encountered the others who would join them in becoming the Mighty Nine. Importance as a member lies in her incorrigible love for pranks and her innocence. Everyone who encountered her couldn't help but agree that she was one of the most pure souls they had ever encountered. Out in the world for the first time, Jester kept her fears well hidden, confiding in the Traveler, who did everything in his power to bolster her and keep her safe, while simultaneously delighting in the havoc her pranks wrought on the world around her. Spoilers for Vox Machina. Sorry for the peeps watching this who only watched the anime, but also the people who just started Campaign 2. It happens. It happens. Despite everything the Mighty Nine faced, Jester maintained her free-spirited nature, charm, and pure heart, never truly showing how terrified she was. When the party discovered that Knott's goblin curse had been performed by a horrifying witch who worked in deadly trade, it was Jester's ingenuity and mastery of arcane trickery that convinced the witch to free Knott. She sprinkled a bit of dust of deliciousness over some moldy old cupcakes and sat down with the witch to talk about loneliness and friendship, all while magically convincing her to set Knott free. That's amazing. Without Jester in the party, it's hard to imagine what might have become of the Mighty Nine as a whole. Hill probably would have betrayed them and left. Beauregard might have never turned her life around. Yasha may have gone on an eternal prisoner of her own rage, and Knott certainly wouldn't have been able to return to her true form without a deadly sacrifice. Critical Role, Jester's 10 best quotes from the Mighty Nine campaign. Let's go ahead and jump in. We're a group, you guys. Jester is visibly excited that the strange band of characters met in Krostenwald has become a group, as evidenced by this quote in the second episode of the campaign. Indeed, Critical Role's Jester quotes often showcase her jovial personality. Out of all the characters in the Mighty Nine, she is one that brings the most joy and excitement to the adventure, which is honestly needed. Especially if things get really serious. Very few things can bring her down, and the fact that she gets to meet and hang out with new people during time of crisis in town makes her happy. Honestly, that's one of the most important things in most serious situations, is having somebody that can kind of relieve the pressure. And a good way to do that is via jokes or humor. That's one thing I've always, going down the rabbit hole of YouTube, I've watched a few like combat videos that soldiers record, which is crazy. It's wild to watch, but just because of the fact it's real and it's not like fake, it's stunning to watch. But one thing that really kind of shows through all of those videos is the fact that somebody, if not everyone, is trying to laugh and have a laugh. And usually it's super dark humor, which is interesting, but it's also just, you can see it on their face. It's like a good way to kind of relieve some of that stress. Certainly a lot of people use nicotine to kind of relieve some stress. and kind of catch a little buzz, if you will. Certainly way back in the day when they included cigarettes with meals, those MREs, meals ready to eat. They always included like a pack of cigarettes, which is just incredible to think about today. But yeah, a lot of dark humor, a lot of gallows humor. Kind of taking your mind off it for just like a little second. We actually get a snippet into the Mighty Nine animated show last week, and it already looks so good, even though just a storyboard. That's interesting. I've never traveled with a bunch of people I thought would die. Though Jester is one of the most likable, playable player characters in Critical Role, good grief. I'm like reading I'm reading faster than my mouth can talk. She sometimes gets confused about certain things, especially at the start of the campaign. During this scene in which Jester is tending to an injury, Molly and Bo gives her a healing kit and tells her that she's in charge of healing as the party's cleric. Jester is confused and objects to be thought of as a cleric, leading her to utter one of the most hilarious Critical Role Jester quotes. However, as time went by, Jester became more accepting of her role and has saved the Mighty Nine on more than one occasion. Go ahead and make this bigger and easier to read. It's a little far away from me. Life does need things to live. Well, I mean, that is a pretty good quote. When Molly tells Jester that it's okay to live her life, Jester responds with this quote. Naturally, this line confuses some of her other companions due to its obvious nature. However, that doesn't stop the quote from being very iconic and a very Jester thing to say. She's not technically wrong. For life to exist, things do need to live. The line may be odd and obvious, but it isn't a false statement. Rather, this statement actually shows how some Critical Role Jester quotes echoes her immense wisdom score. You've watched a video of her being a reluctant cleric? Indeed, I have. Oh my gosh, that's right. Where others were reminding her, like, you can heal that person. You feel like you're slowly turning into water. Jester's relationship with Fjord might be one of the best romances in Critical Role, and that leads to some funny lines from Jester regarding him. In this scene, after Fjord's terrifying vision causing him to cough up some seawater, Jester asks him if he's turning into water. It's just amazing. When he responds, she tells him that if he feels like he is, to let others know so they can try to catch him in a jar. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Be well, child. The Traveler is with you. Jester is not afraid to try to spread the word of her god, the Traveler, to anyone who will listen. If she has a reason to talk about him, she will. As with most Critical Role Jester quotes, she manages to comfort someone with this line, saying that the Traveler is with everyone. Hey there, Mr. Gentleman. Just because Jester has an incredibly overpowered build doesn't mean she can't struggle with some of the details of her spells, including the 25, as we just literally saw. 25 word limit of sending. In this instance, when trying to cast sending to send to the gentleman, Jester quickly goes way past the 25 word limit. While this rambling quote may not seem like much, it's one of many Critical Role Jester quotes that show off her quirky personality. Yeah, that was unbelievable. I love it. I love that it turned into like trying to get to 25, at least 25. Sometimes things that are the most beautiful, ... Jester's had some great moments of wise quotes during the campaign, including this one from the Mighty Nine's time sailing over the ocean. While in conversation with one of her friends, Jester makes the comment that sometimes things that are the most beautiful are the things that can hurt you the worst. That is a great quote and very true. One of the many Critical Role Jester quotes that's also true in real life. Many things may seem deceptively beautiful, but can turn out to be things that can seriously hurt anyone that gets close. Some wise words from one of the party's oddest members. That is a very true statement. Sometimes the people that love you, ... Sometimes the people that love you want to keep you around so that they know you're safe. Yeah, it's a great comment to make and a hidden gem of wisdom. She and her friends all want to keep each other safe, so they stick around with each other to ensure that everyone stays alive. Maybe we'll fight Bakoto, and then everything will become clear. Bakoto is a powerful enemy for the Mighty Nine to fight during Jester's attempts to start the Traveler Con, The whole incident of TravelerCon really showed just how far her devotion to him went. Not only does this quote reveal what she's feeling, it also shows off a clear part of her personality, how far she's willing to go for her beliefs. And the number one quote, "We love you so much and we want you back." Most heartbreaking part of the Mighty Nine campaign was when Molly came back to life as Lucian and became an enemy of the party. This leads to a massive fight between him and his followers at the end of Campaign 2, as well as the most heart-wrenching of Jester quotes. The Mighty Nine are successful in killing Lucian, but it is Jester that manages to strike the killing blow. As she does this, she tells Lucian that she knows that Molly is in there and wants him back. In the end, Jester had no choice but to eliminate Lucian, finally giving Molly a chance to rest in peace. That is such a wonderful story element that I think we've seen in multiple things where somebody gets taken over by like a demon or something. I'm sure it's in Supernatural about 100 billion times where someone gets overtaken by some sort of evil spirit or something like that. And you have to kill them or you have to get rid of them, even though you know that they're, you know, the person that you like or love or who, you know, whatever. Usually what happens is they get hurt or something and they get mortally wounded. And then all of a sudden they snap back to reality and you're just like, oh, but you see them dying and then they kind of come back to life a little bit. That is the worst, but it is a compelling story element for sure. It was the big finale villain, their friend. Yeah, that's awesome. That is a great way to end it. Jester's 5 most chaotic moments in Campaign 2, trying to revive an unconscious child with a donut. I mean, that sounds hilarious. Bo is just as surprised as you are. Still, Jester does her best. Lying to get Ulag into the Tri-Spires. She explains to the gate guards that Ulag is a comedian. Ulag fails to tell a funny joke. Jester insists he's more of a physical comedian. Then she pushes him over. Oh my gosh. Paying tribute to the traveler in the hearth of the Allhammer. During a harvest celebration, Jester infiltrates the hearth of the Allhammer, a lawful good deity of craft, creation, family, and legacy. Basically, this guy is the opposite of the traveler in many aspects. Disguised as an old woman, Jester paints huge pink hearts and writes, "The traveler was here," on the hearth. She also leaves pamphlets encouraging others to follow the traveler. Hosting TravelerCon on Rumble Cusp, doing her path of devotion, hosted an entire convention in the name of the trickster deity. First ever TravelerCon takes place on a volcanic island of Rumble Cusp. Once the inhabitants there have been freed from the influence of the false god Volcado, Jester is then appointed by the traveler himself to arrange the festivities so he could meet and greet his worshippers. My gosh. Offering Isharnai, the blueberry cupcake. As opposed to the pageantry and spectacle of Rumblecusp, this all-time great campaign moment proves that the most powerful chaos can come in small, concentrated doses. Plus, it reminds us that chaos isn't always funny. And it can have a frighteningly strong impact. That entire storyline had me dying. I'm sure it did. A little cupcake magic with extremely charismatic persuasion. Jester offers half of a stale blueberry cupcake to the villain as a sort of olive branch. Only once Isharnai has eaten the treat does player Laura Bailey reveal to Matt that the cupcake was enchanted with a magical powder she previously obtained. This powder would specifically leave the hag at a disadvantage of mental magic, make the cupcake extra sweet. Jester then casts a memory modifying spell, persuading the hag to believe she agreed to lift the curse, somewhat confused, but otherwise convinced. Isharnai relents. Then Jester urges the party to flee quickly before the spell's duration wears off. Ultimately, this wild gambit successfully frees the Mighty Nine friends from the dark magic trafficker. Well, dang. Oh my gosh. This one was such a badass moment. I believe it's one of the other one. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. That seems like an interesting way to get out for sure. That's funny. That's half a stale cupcake. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on to the second video of the day. It is Young Royals, our story with the cast from Young Royals. It is a Netflix Nordic video. As always, link down below in the description. I believe this has closed captionings. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's bring it up. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to change the size of this probably. There we go. That should work. If it doesn't, I'll adjust it.
Hej, jag heter Edvin Ryding och jag spelar Wilhelm i Young Royals.
Hej, jag heter Nikita Uggla och jag spelar Felicia.
Hej, jag heter Malte och jag spelar August.
Hej, mitt namn är Omar Rudberg och jag spelar Simon.
Jag heter Frida och jag spelar Sara i Young Royals. Tre ord för mig. Ärligt, magiskt och vänner för livet.
Intensiv, kärleksfull och dramatisk.
Overkligt, galet, bäst.
Jätteroligt, fucking galet och en upplevelse.
Lite av en berg- och dalbana. Väldigt utvecklande. Stor gemenskap, det är 2 ord. Stor gemenskap, gemenskap är ett ord. Det tar jag.
Innan Young Royals så pluggade jag spetsteater på gymnasiet och höll på med musikal.
Gick jag i skolan och skådespelade på annat håll.
Har ju jobbat lite till och från med film och andra tv-serier och projekt.
Innan Young Royals så började jag sjunga när jag var 10 år gammal och sen så blev jag med i popboybandet Fo&Do, även kallat The Foo. Och sen dess har jag varit soloartist.
Innan Young Royals så bodde jag i Barcelona
It's amazing how many of them
jobbade som kundtjänst för bilbesiktning.
Wow.
För mig
It's amazing how many of them just kind of got their first start with this. Like maybe they were doing some sort of like low-end plays, like local plays, acting classes, etc.
så gick det till så att hon som castade ringde mig en onsdag morgon och sa: hej, skulle du vilja skicka in lite videos till mig? Det är för en Netflix-serie. Och då gjorde jag det. Och dagen efter så ringde hon mig och sa: hej, kan du vara i Stockholm imorgon och provfilma?
Jag provfilmade och sen en härlig sommardag i slutet på juli 2020 så fick jag samtalet.
Jag gjorde en casting, hörde ingenting på ett halvår, flyttade till Barcelona. Sen ringde de mig i panik och jag flög hem till Sverige.
Min kompis Felicia Truedsson som spelar Stella i Young Royals. Och jag hörde att hon castade för Young Royals och då ville jag också casta för Young Royals.
Provade faktiskt från början för Simon.
Oh wow.
Men på plats så frågade de mig om jag inte ville testa en annan roll som råkade vara August då.
You know what? Just like most things in life, half of the success is just showing up. As you notice with a lot of those, they put themselves out there. They went to an audition for it. And, you know, maybe they felt like they had a shot. Maybe they just did it just to give it a chance, you know? But that is really 90% of it, I guess, is just showing up. Giving yourself a shot. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't, but at least you were there for the attempt.
Hämtade ganska mycket inspiration från mitt eget liv. Inte bara från mig själv, men från människor.
Wow, that's amazing, since he was 5. What's up, Slater?
Av Wilhelm. Så att jag kan relatera ganska mycket i hur han hanterar ångest, till exempel.
Sara har ju också Asperger och det har jag. Och Sara är väldigt mycket jag i högstadiet. Lite annorlunda, inte exakt en kopia, men jag tog väldigt mycket erfarenheter från mig själv.
Ja, alltså han är ju väldigt olik mig på många sätt, vill jag ändå tro. Men jag tog väl ganska mycket inspiration från folk man har mött och stött på figurer som har tendenser att blåsa upp sig som August.
Det jag tog med mig för att spela Simon, det var
so
både
true.
med röst för att Simon sjunger, men också
A lot of the best
upplevelsen av att
actors
inte
pull
vara
from people
den
they've
populära
met.
killen i skolan. Något som överraskade mig väldigt mycket.
You know who was really well known for this was Mike Myers, who did like Austin Powers, obviously, Shrek. He's said in multiple interviews, most of the time when he pulls voices and comes up with voices to do, usually Scottish for some reason, but whenever he does characters or voices, he always picks on people that, you know, he's met in real life.
Det var faktiskt hur många människor som faktiskt var inblandade i allting. Alltså hur stor produktion det ändå var.
Det fanns alltid någon som hade koll på vart man skulle vara, när man skulle vara där.
Men hur vi jobbar med dialog. Det finns vissa scener som är nästan till helt improviserade.
Det var, jag trodde att det skulle vara lite läskigt om man skulle träffa människor som var inom skådespelarvärlden. Men det var bara som att hänga med kompisar. Det var som ingenting. Det var bara jättehärlig och rolig upplevelse.
Största pranksten?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Jo, Edvin. Största pranksten, lätt.
Samuel som spelar Nils.
Edvin. Han är busig.
That definitely makes sense. You got to make sure your lead, whoever it is, gets along pretty well with the other lead. That is a fact, for sure.
Malte.
Det är väl...
I've seen a lot of times in interviews where they'll bring in somebody who's the lead with whoever's casting, just to kind of see if they get the ball rolling,
Jag ska
if
inte
they
säga
have a good
någonting för
connection.
redan. jag pallar inte få folk efter mig. Det är väldigt viktigt att berätta eftersom att vi fortfarande lever i ett normativt samhälle. Och machokulturen är fortfarande överdrivet stark. Och jag tycker att det är viktigt att lyfta både LGBTQ-personer och kvinnor och vanliga killar som liksom bara vill göra sin grej oavsett vad det är.
Därför att den skildrar ungdomars liv på ett nyanserat och ofiltrerat sätt.
Vår historia kan hjälpa väldigt många att inse att allting är inte perfekt. Man måste inte prestera på topp hela tiden. Man är bra som man är.
Nu kanske inte alla går i skolan med en prins. Men den är väldigt äkta och rå med känslor. Och jag tror att det är väldigt viktigt att se det. Att
Yeah, you don't have to be in a boarding school to relate to this. It's a very important point.
Efter Young Royals, jag vill absolut fortsätta skådespela, det vill jag. Jag vill jobba med allting som har med tv och film att göra, bakom, framför kameran.
And honestly, it also kind of makes Royals more relatable.
You know. Först och främst är det premiären i mitt huvud.
Clearly they're not perfect.
Och sen så är jag bara väldigt förväntansfull på att se hur folk ska ta emot den här serien.
Ingen aning. Vi får väl se. Just nu så är jag...
Yeah, can't really see the difference, honestly.
Jag kommer
From what I've
absolut
seen.
fortsätta skådespela. Det är planen.
Efter Young Royals så släpper jag faktiskt en liten coverplatta på 3 låtar. 2 av dem här sjunger jag i Young Royals. Och sen efter det så ska jag nog släppa ännu mer musik och mer singlar och kanske till och med ett album om jag får till det. Åh nej, det här är jättesvårt. Jag säger olika hela tiden för jag är både från Göteborg och Stockholm. Känns som. Och det blir jättesvårt. Men jag skulle nog säga kex alltså.
Men kex, såklart. Det är ett K. Det ska vara kex. Det är uppenbart.
Kex, inte kex. Kex.
Kex, 100% kex. Man säger inte tjung.
Relate to Bridgerton characters? Does it look like I'm from the early 1800s? No.
Tack för att du ville vara med och lyssna på våra historier.
That is true.
Ni får se till att inte missa Young Royals på Netflix. Hoppas ni gillar det.
Exactly. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Excellent to see them in a more, I don't know, personal, out of character conversation. This was from the first season. Clearly they were babies indeed. Yeah, they did look super young. Yeah, that was really good. Obviously, I think they had a lot of interesting opinions there. it does kind of make it a little bit more relatable. Just because they're at boarding school and, you know, they're high, upper class, etc., doesn't mean it's any less relatable. Obviously, a lot of the interpersonal dynamics, relationships, the backstabbing, the hurt feelings, trying to figure out your feelings as you're in that like weird, awkward stage of young adulthood and just going through the motions. It is just awkward. I think that's kind of a word that describes pretty much everybody in that age range. It's awkward. You're just trying to shed your younger self and kind of grow into an adult human. And it can be challenging. It can be very challenging, especially depending on your situation. Certainly Wilhelm went through a bit of a, I don't know, kind of a, it's a good way to put that. Wilhelm went through a period of standing up for himself, figuring out what was most important to him, weighing public life with private life, you know, coming out with all that stuff. Like it was a lot. Just from watching these edits, it was a lot to go through. Certainly Simon dealing with all this as well. Like, imagine being so into somebody and there's just so many obstacles in the way, whether it's how they want the public to perceive them, whether it's, you know, their family just immediately disapproves of you, that kind of thing. Like, it is just so many obstacles. Self-exploration, indeed. Just a lot, which I think everyone can kind of relate to. Maybe not on that level, but, you know, bits and pieces. Yeah, it's definitely a lot for especially young folks to go through. But I think it's good that they have shows that are like this. They're relatable. They're not over the top. They almost seem like real life, just kind of written out in a way. That's obviously the beauty of storytelling. Just so you know, when you get to my next one later, Edwin is in it too, but a completely different show and character. Okay. All right. Appreciate the heads up there. Go ahead and bring this up. Meet the dreamy cast of Netflix's Young Royals. Let's make this bigger so it's easier to read. All of us. For anyone who enjoyed books such as Red, White, and Royal Blue, or found themselves crushing hard on Prince Harry, Netflix's new show, Young Royals, is for you. The show follows fictional Swedish prince Wilhelm, who is forced to enroll in an elite boarding school following a public scandal. Wilhelm's experience at the school might be more than he bargained for as he struggles to follow his heart. The cast of Young Royals is composed primarily of actors who are unknown to U.S. audiences. That's true. Making them even more exciting as fresh faces in the industry. That's always interesting. I do quite enjoy content, shows, movies, whatever, from unknown actors, because it's just a completely unknown commodity. You don't know what you're getting. Maybe it's the next, you know, big thing. You never know. And sometimes those unknown actors can produce some of the best performances you've ever seen. Here's everything we know about the cast of Netflix's Young Royals. Edwin, Young Royals star and Prince Wilhelm actor, best known for his roles in Swedish television shows such as, oh my gosh. You know what? I don't even want to attempt these words because I'm going to just destroy the pronunciation of them. He's 18 years old and been in over 26 different projects since 2009. That's wild. That is so wild. That's a lot. Samuel, fellow young actor, plays Niles. Not much is known about his character. According to IMDb, he will appear in all 6 episodes of the show, making him more than just one of Prince Wilhelm's classmates. Previously starred in the Swedish show Maria Wern as Oscar, which I think, yeah, he was in as well. Boom. Omar, 22-year-old Swedish singer and actor, plays Simon, mysterious boy who catches Wilhelm's attention in Young Royals. Simon's character is not quite as royal as the prince's, and his quote-unquote commoner status casts a shadow on their blossoming relationship. Omar was a member of the boy band FO&O from 2013 to 2017, but has been making music as a solo artist since 2018. Malt is so sweet and soft-spoken in real life. That's nice. The amount of hated characters, villains you hate that are actually completely different and actually nice and chilled and actually good people is fun to see. Yeah, that is, it's just showing their acting chops, right? If they can play such a terrible character or hated character, and then you meet them in real life or in interviews, and they're just completely chill, totally normal. That is pretty amazing. Nikita, friend of Wilhelm since childhood, who ends up in a love triangle between bad boy August and Sarah. Simon's sister. Young Royals is Nikita's first acting credit, and that is a good one to start with. Wow. Imagine your first acting credit is on Netflix. That is crazy. But it's clear this young actress is going places. Mimi plays Frederica, another one of Prince Wilhelm's classmates at the boarding school. Also starred in a Swedish television show. Malta? I think Malta. Plays August, Prince Wilhelm's cousin, and a character who has already drawn comparisons to Gossip Girl's Chuck Bass from reviewers. Been on several other Swedish television shows. While the show only has 6 episodes, it's clear that fans of forbidden love triangles, teen romance, and LGBTQ themes will enjoy Young Royals. The show has also drawn comparisons to popular television shows like Gossip Girl, Elite, and The Crown. I absolutely loved The Crown. Trying to think, did I watch the recent season of that? I can't remember. But I did enjoy the first 2 or 3, for sure. Here's hoping the show gets picked up for a second season. Breaking news, it did. Let's see here. So these are the cast members. Let's see, who did I not talk about? Alicia, maybe? Plays Stella. She and Omar were friends before auditioning for Young Royals and decided to audition for the show after hearing that she had. Well, that's awesome. It would have been so weird, though, if Malta had been cast as Simon. That is strange. That is strange. Simon was originally supposed to be a big guy, and Malta is like 6'4". Oh my god. But they saw Omar and changed the character to fit him. Interesting. Yeah, it is, it's always odd to see who they almost selected and if it was somebody else in the show. Those are always interesting to note. I especially love that with movie acting, because they're just like, oh yeah, this character was almost this entirely other person. You're like, ugh, I don't know about that. I don't think so. The woman who plays Wilhelm's mom is the mother of Anakin on Star Wars, the one with the kid. Oh. I don't watch, so I don't know. Dang. Frida plays Sarah. Before being cast in Young Royals, she had moved to Barcelona, where she was working in customer service at a motor vehicle inspection center. Wow. Or returning to Sweden for the show. Only returning to Sweden for the show. That's incredible. She has Asperger's. Like to work in a variety of positions related to film and TV, both behind the screen and in front of it. Well, if you open yourself up to working behind the screen, that just, honestly, that doubles your chances of staying in the business, right? But yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive to go from working customer service to returning to work on a Netflix show. Oh my gosh. Imagine getting that call. That would be incredible. Venezuelan Swedish actor and singer, portrays Simon, obviously, Omar. Said they decided to audition for the show after hearing that a friend of his, Felicia, who plays Stella, had auditioned for it, began singing at the age of 10. And although he seems to be focusing on his solo career in music at the moment, he's a member of the pop pop boy band FO&O, which consists of him, Oscar Felix, and previously Oscar Ollie. Gained popularity after performing as the opening act at a Justin Bieber concert in Sweden. Holy cow. Wow. After being discovered by him and his manager from a YouTube clip. Hey, don't let your dreams be dreams. Justin Bieber knows that well. He started on YouTube. That's how he got discovered. So it's pretty cool that he picked someone else who got discovered on YouTube. They haven't released music since 2017. That's pretty amazing. That is absolutely amazing. To be able to open for Justin Bieber is huge. I mean, I would put that on my resume. That'd be the first item on my resume. For sure. Edvin plays Wilhelm, obviously. First acting role was when he was 6 years old, 2009. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Wow. Freaking wow. It's amazing. The different paths people take to get into acting roles. I guess the big trope for actors is that they're working part-time or full-time as wait staff or in customer service or whatever. And you're just dying for that phone call. You're just waiting on that phone call from your agent to be like, hey, do you want to try out for this? Hey, do you want to get this? Or maybe you get an offer from somebody directly. Like, that is the huge thing. You're just waiting on that phone call or email, I guess, or text. Probably text at this point. But yeah, that's amazing to go from customer service into a Netflix show. That's so cool. Life is kind of interesting sometimes. That is for sure. My life right now? Well, Luke, all it takes is a phone call or a text or an email. That's all it takes. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. So cool. Next video on the list is Disney Descendants TikToks compilation because I've released my inner child. It is by, actually, Luke in the chat. Go ahead and check it out. Link down below in the YouTube description. Also, check out his other videos. We've certainly reacted to quite a few on the channel. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Make sure I got it.
Call me a schemer, call me a freak. How can you say that? I'm just unique.
What, me a traitor? Ain't got your back? Are we not friends? What's up with that?
So I'm a misfit, so I'm a flirt. I broke your heart, I made you hurt.
The past is past. Forgive, forget. The truth is,
you ain't seen nothing yet.
I've already chosen them.
Who are their parents?
Cruella DeVille.
Let's go ahead and change that aspect ratio.
Evil Queen. And Maleficent.
Angelina Jolie played a wonderful Maleficent. I didn't actually see the movie, but just looking at her playing it was amazing.
She assembled the perfect group.
Context, kids of Disney villains.
Smart.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I'd never heard of it.
Loyal.
Disney Descendants.
Admiring. And compassionate.
Oh, Maleficent. Oh my gosh.
Ready? Woo!
I can't even say it. Maleficent's daughter. There we go.
E. Easy peasy. Evie. Enchanted Blade. Evil Queen. S. Space between. Snow White. More Sleeping. Sleeping Beauty. C. Carlos.
Evie. Evil Queen's daughter. Jay, son of Jafar. Carlos, son of Cruella.
Necklace. D. Doug.
Oh, that's Kristen Chenoweth, I think, right? Playing Maleficent.
Amazeballs. N. Legs. T. Team. Tears. Tiara. Turning. S. Worm. Squeaky. Elbow. Strawberry. My butt. D. E. S. C. E. N. Woo. D. A. N. T. S.
Calling you Shrimpy and not letting you join the game.
Yeah. We really could have torn up the aisle together.
Uma, daughter of Ursula. Harry, son of Captain Hook. I absolutely loved Hook as a movie. It is truly something I can still watch today. Probably seen it God knows how many times. 15.
Really sorry for Audrey. You do? Yeah. I have owed you an apology.
Ben, son of Belle Beast. Oh, okay. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Gay porn. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Song at the beginning was from this franchise. Musicals like High School Musical, but with villains. Okay. I actually just saw the first High School Musical for the first time ever, like maybe a month ago. Not even a joke. Completely missed that stage. Obviously, I knew of, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat, but I just never had seen the movie. Same choreographer, creator, Kenny Ortega? Oh, no way. That makes a lot of sense. Rip Cameron, indeed.
So good to finally meet you. This is a momentous occasion.
Wait a minute, that guy was in, oh gosh. What is that? Julie and the Phantoms. I recognize him.
Gross. I know, right? Amazingly gross.
I am seeing some familiar faces. I recognize Cameron from...
How bad is it?
Grown Ups, the movie. I think that's the only thing I've seen him in.
Beautifully.
Kenny Ortega also made that too? Oh my gosh.
Don't give me the face. Put the pout away.
Kenny Ortega is prolific.
Gross. I know, right? Amazingly gross.
Amazingly gross.
till the battle is done. Watch your back, watch your back, watch your back, watch your back. We can calibrate the track, hit 'em till the armor crack.
Those moves, though, dangerous. Mm.
Didn't your mom ever make you guys like chocolate chip cookies? Like when you're feeling sad. And they're fresh from the oven with the big old glass of milk, and she just makes you laugh and puts everything into perspective. And
Yeah, I doubt it.
why are you all looking at me like that?
It's just different where we're from.
Yeah, I know.
Cameron made a promise with the cast that if something happens to any of them, don't let the franchise die. 2024, it returned. The other main three didn't return, but China, who played Uma, did. Wow.
Yeah. Let's just say we don't get a lot of belly rubs.
You do
Well, that's
not
good.
want to be at my house at dinner time.
This girl's the daughter of Mulan. Oh, okay.
Are you afraid of her? Sometimes. Are you afraid of your mom? Mom, have you
This is an
ever
interesting
once
concept.
asked me what I want?
I like it. It's a very interesting concept.
This is so gross. I know, right? Amazingly gross.
It's kind of seeing how much of that personality from the parent got ingrained into them. What's funny is, you know, we grow up trying not to be like our parents, and then I will confirm for you, the later you get in years, the older you get, the more you find out, dang, I'm almost a carbon copy. Maybe you'll have a little difference here and there, but there's a lot of things that'll just click with you like, oh my gosh. Mm.
Works every time. Sleeping is too good for Oridon.
Oh, that green screen was brutal. That was a brutal green screen.
Ew, stop. I'm plotting.
I can hurt you.
Not without her permission, I bet.
If we don't do a fitting for your gown right this minute, you'll be dancing.
These kids all went through abuse, especially since their parents were exiled. Their Disney fates. Some villains who died like Gaston were brought back and just imprisoned on the Isle of
Your
the
printer's
Elves.
so much better than mine.
Oh, okay.
Install these hacks and everything runs so much smoother than mine. Out. Now. Harry. What did you do with Ben?
Gee. Seems like you've lost your touch.
Jake.
Imagine Azkaban, but an island with no working magic, too far away from powerful sorcerer to shop merchant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is a good way to put it. Now that would be an interesting story to tell.
Forget.
Life on the island.
Underestimate.
A villain? Don't make it again.
a long
Okay,
time
the
since I've heard
bling
that
stays here.
song.
But she's bad, and we're not.
Oh, wait, no, you didn't. You spelled Ben to destroy all of Oridon.
This is like Mean Girls meets
Touching story
Disney.
for grandkids.
The Ember only works for me.
Or is Mean Girls Disney?
it'll work
That's
for
a good
me.
question.
We're blood.
I'm sorry. Coach, trust me. I'm not gonna stay captain if I just throw out the rule book.
If my mother
Tried to include the songs as much as I could. It might be in this one.
Hey, I wanted the fried clam.
I'm sure they're
and
pretty
I wanted
good.
to see home. Life ain't fair.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he just took the wrong trail or something. Or, you know what? They probably don't celebrate birthdays on the aisle. Maybe it's like a cultural thing.
Or maybe you just forgot. You never know.
Hey, Chad, look!
I was the
There's
daughter of
people taking
Hades,
selfies.
too. That explains a lot.
Wait.
If there's one thing Disney nails, and nails a lot of, it's songs. I mean, they've had so many iconic songs throughout the years, but I'll say Pixar is not far behind. Not far behind.
Can't stand another day. I'll drive you back tomorrow myself.
It's kind of cool that Disney integrated music into their cartoons, like early on. Cartoons, movies, certainly. They probably saw it as like a universal thing. It's just so easy to
I'm such a mess.
relate to music and words, and especially if it's catchy.
6 months ago, I was, stealing candy from babies, and now everybody wants me to be this lady of the court, and I have no idea how to keep up the act.
Then don't. See, this was dumb.
Maybe it wasn't. We're always going to be the kids from the aisle. I tried to forget it. I really tried, but those are our roots. And we all did what we had to do to survive. But it made us who we are. And we're
Yeah, this is
never
a great
going to be
edit.
like anybody else here. And that's okay. That's okay.
And we can't fake it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, especially without my spell book.
Wow, that was nice.
Now you go.
The music in
Is
the
she always
background was great too.
Oh, it wasn't really your turn. Thank you.
Please. It's salty like nuts, but it's sweet like I don't know what.
Let me see.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Can't beat them. It's not a plug. Not a sponsor. But I would eat about 20 of them right now. This would turn into a mukbang real quick. Kids trying to survive who became a family. Yeah. Excellent concept, honestly. Obviously very similar tone to, well, not similar tone, but similar storyline to Umbrella Academy. Almost like a island of misfit toys that come together and they're stronger together and build the relationship and kind of cheer each other on.
And I want you to know, baby.
If they don't cheer each other on, they're at least supportive in some way.
What's my name?
In the books, they even said that they were eating stuff with dirt. Oh my gosh. Alright, that is a straight up thirst trap. I'm gonna assume he was a fan favorite. Just a wild guess there. I'm gonna confidently say that.
Never learned how to count cause I'm number one. Ready, here we come. We always get our way. It's a pirate's life every single day. Hey, she's the captain, I'm the first mate. Enemy seasick, can't see straight. Come on, fish bait. Throw him on a hook. Good so hot, we get burned if they lick.
Hug me.
That's what she said. Yeah, it's very obvious whose son that is. It's good to know.
If you were gonna ask someone, what's the best way to go?
Listen, all you gotta do is look like me.
Oh,
Hey.
Ooh, chocolate fondue.
Awkward. Dude, I know you can talk, but it doesn't always mean you should.
I love you. I love you.
Definitely saw Uma and Harry for sure. I can see them being a fan fave for sure. Also, everyone says Mal and Evie should date. Gosh, if there's one thing I do not miss about schooling, it is exams. Worry. What did I get? Hope it's not too bad.
Victory pizza with the team makes you happy. And you, scratching dude's belly makes you happy. Who would have thought? And Evie, you do not have to play dumb to get a guy. You are so smart. Just being evil, you'll get there. No, I will not. And I really wish that you had never gotten there yourself. Love is not weak or ridiculous. It's actually really amazing.
You're here. You're here.
I know what love feels like now. Of course I love you. Man,
If anything, acting dumb or trying to act dumb is more of like a manipulation tactic. Like sometimes it works if you're doing like a customer service call or something, and you're just like, oh, I just don't, you're feigning ignorance basically. You're just like, oh, I just didn't know, and you're hoping to get like let off of a fee or whatever, get something waived. It can come in handy if you know how to use it and when to use it. But acting dumb to get somebody, never quite understood that.
I've always loved you.
Now it's you and me. It's you and me forever. Will you marry me? Will you be my queen?
It's a good song. I like it.
Are you afraid of her? Sometimes. She may be an evil lunatic, but at least she stuck around.
You do not want to be at my house at dinner time.
This isn't their fault.
It's yours.
You're probably just gonna throw us all back inside.
I wish I had more TNT.
I saw the way your face lit up when we walked into those dorm rooms for the first time. And I couldn't spoil that for you.
Interesting.
The look, the lips, the tits, the taste, the hand, the eye, the skin, the way. You see what I can do on this microphone, so guess what I'm gonna do to you at home.
So it started out as a show and then it turned into movies? Or is it just movies? Or it's always been movies? Bo Burnham. It's 4 movies plus books. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. No, not right, left.
It's gonna be tricky. Jane? Would you be my date for Cotillion?
Oh,
and
Cotillion.
If you don't absolutely hate me by the end of it, would you consider maybe being more than friends? Maybe?
Like boyfriend and girlfriend, we can hold hands instead of slugging each other all the time. And I can text and I can tell you how great you are because Carlos, you're really, really great. And I'm the luckiest girl in the world. You're so nice and cute.
Me too. I am the luckiest
Whoa,
girl.
that went so well.
He's a guy.
That must have been like what everyone kind of thinks in their head how it's gonna go or might go or should go, but it actually went that way instead of the total opposite way of like, I'm just really not into you like that. That's amazing.
I'm actually really nervous to meet your mom.
You're nervous? His mom is Cruella DeVille. I'm petrified.
Wait till she doesn't want to be a vet.
What do you say you and me go exploring? I'll do a gap year. Jungles or icebergs? Both? Just both.
Hey. Woo! Get it, girl. You know what? Mal came through.
She always does.
So she's definitely taken.
Definitely.
So's Evie.
What's my name?
Uma.
No. Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Hi.
What was going on there?
Evil like my mom. Remember? You're nothing like your mom, Red. You're your own person.
Son of Gaston. That makes a lot of sense. We had seen.
Was telling me, don't know what I'm feeling. Is this just a dream? Oh, yeah. If only I could read the signs in front of me, I could find a way to who I'm meant to be. Oh, if only
You're nothing but a gold digger and a cheater.
Mirror, mirror in my hand. Who's the biggest jerk in the land?
What? Come on. That girl down.
Oh. Makes sense, right? Red with the red hair. Is this an advertisement for Disney Cruise Line? What's happening? It should be. Yeah, it should be.
Love is not weak.
I've heard good things about Disney Cruise Line.
It's actually really amazing.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
No.
No?
You guys are always going off in a huddle, whispering your girl talk stuff or whatever. And Jay and I are tired of it.
I'm not.
We're your family too. We've been through a lot together. We're not stopping that now, okay? Everyone sit. Come on. You too. I don't know how to start girl talk.
What up?
What up?
Do you ever miss him?
Yeah.
Do you think that they miss us?
Yeah, of course.
Because we're rotten. To the core.
Hey, last one over the bridge?
It's right now!
All right, that chocolate fondue is just making me hungry. I've only ever had it once, but it's good. Oh, really? Dang, that's sad. High School Musical vibes are off the charts with this. The choreography is unbelievable. Right. Right. They make it look so fun, and then I try it myself, and I'm like, nope, not fun.
All bow to her royal majesty.
Oh, yes, her royal purpleness.
Silence, you annoying peasants.
As you wish, my liege.
Your crankiness. It's what Carlos would have wanted. So don't do it for me. Do it in honor of him.
R.I.P. Cameron. Gosh, that is so sad.
May be a wrap on Descendants, but we will forever and always be
Clearly a star on the rise. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for Luke's video. Go ahead and throw it some love. Check out his channel as well. Leave it some love as well. Puts a lot of hard work into those. It's awesome. He's a Discord mod as well as a member of ToddReacts.com. Very cool, very cool. Let's kind of look into more about the Descendants. Obviously, I am not aware of what it was beforehand. Never seen any of the musical movies or whatnot, or read any of the books. But let's go ahead and pull this up. They did a tribute for Cameron in D4 through China, who grew up with him. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's sad. That is so sad. My gosh. Let me, I needed to make the chat bigger. It's so hard to read. I made this window too small. Yeah, that's really sad. Clearly, Cameron was on the rise. Like I said, I saw him, and the only thing I really know him from was the Grown Ups movies, which were just amazing. Super funny. Obviously, had Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and Kevin James and whatnot. But kind of one of those supporting actors that just really brought something to it. Very funny. Played like a bratty kid or whatever. Just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. She returned to keep his wish for the franchise to continue. The character passed too, as they never wanted to dishonor Cameron by recasting. I get it. I totally get that. I don't know. I'm kind of one... I don't mind a recasting as long as... I don't know. If they give the blessing before they pass, that's kind of really nice. But even if they don't, it's almost like an honor. I see it as an honor to kind of keep the character alive, regardless. Certainly we saw that last week when I reacted to Spartacus. After the first season, the actor, the main actor playing Spartacus, was diagnosed with cancer, went through a battle. They created a prequel series just to kind of give him some time to recoup, and hopefully the cancer went away, and it didn't. So he ended up dying, and they ended up recasting Spartacus. I think that was the right move, because honestly, it brought more eyeballs to the series. Now, I don't know if you do that with a kid actor. I don't know. Just kind of depends on how you want to take it, yes, or describe it. I'm one of those people that think they should have recast Black Panther instead of spending the second movie as like a memorial basically to Black Panther. They probably should have just recast T'Challa, kept that character going. I see it as an honor to recast and continue the character's life and story, but some people don't. I totally get that. So, you know, whatever way you want to think of it, totally cool. Descendants centered on a series of Disney Channel musical fantasy films created by Stylinsezra under the direction of Kenny Ortega, who just, I mean, prolific. Prolific is the word. Franchise take place in a world that serves as a continuation of the Disney animated classic films. It's been so long since I've seen those, by the way. Starring Dove Cameron, Boyce, Sophia Carson, and Boo Boo Stewart. Each film chronicles the lives of the teenage children of the 4 Disney villains on the Isle of the Lost and their move to the kingdom of Auradon at the request of the teenage son of Queen Belle and King Beast. First film was released to a Disney Channel original movie July 2015. Following its success, a sequel was put into production and premiered across 6 Disney-owned networks. Wow. Oh my gosh. To be able to have it going on 6 different networks, that's amazing. August 2019, a third film premiered on Disney Channel. Each film was accompanied by original music. The soundtrack for the first film peaked at number 1 in the United States. Second peaked at number 6. Third peaked at number 7. So a little drop off there, but not much. I mean, it's still in the top 10. Spin-off film to the previous 3, Descendants, The Rise of Red, released on Disney Plus on July 12th, 2024. So that just happened. I think I've said this before. I didn't grow up with cable television. We had it for a little bit. And then I think my mom saw some like scantily clad advertisement for, I think it was the Playboy channel. And she immediately canceled the cable subscription. So I grew up without Disney, without Nickelodeon, without Cartoon Network, whatever. The first time I actually saw Disney Channel was in 2006, 2007. And by the time 2015 rolled around, I was just not in the market for the Descendants at all. Like, I was pretty old at that point. And just not really in the target audience. So it kind of completely missed me, unfortunately. If I could go back in time and be like a Disney kid, I totally would. I missed like High School Musical and all that stuff. Like, I would have been into that totally, but just completely lost on me. So whenever I went into school and people were talking about it, I was just completely out of the discussion. The door was left open for Dove, Sophia, and Boo Boo and Mitchell to return for D5, as it's set to be another trilogy led by Red Chloe joining China and Fairy, who were OGs, returning. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if they did. I don't know where they are in their careers at this point, though. If they would be willing to. Certainly that, you know. It just depends on what they're getting offered, basically. And how much Disney's willing to offer them, I guess. Premiered in 2015 on Disney Channel, received immediate commercial success prior to its premiere. Like, I don't even remember hearing about Descendants in 2015. Like, that is how out of the loop I was completely. Like, I did not keep track of Disney at all. Like, that's what growing up without it was like. You know, obviously I saw all the classics, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, you know, because I had VHS tapes of those. But it just, anything Disney Channel just completely missed me. And I wasn't like seeking it out either. It's very odd. If you didn't grow up with Disney or Nickelodeon or anything like that, you kind of probably relate to that. But most people did. So yeah, it just completely went right over my head. Cameron did want the franchise to continue, so who knows? Yeah, you never know. Never know. Obviously, it comes down to people's personal careers. It does seem like it's continuing, though, which is super cool. It was viewed more more than 1 million times in the Disney Now app. On its premiere night, the film received 6.6 million viewers, becoming the most watched broadcast on the network of 2015, highest rated broadcast on the network since 2013. The film later went on to become the 5th most watched original movie on cable television. That's awesome. Becoming the first Disney Channel original movie to hit the Billboard 200 since High School Musical 2. Reached the same feat in 2007. Yeah, I completely missed the High School Musical. Like, all those great Disney Channel originals. Like, I just watched Halloween Town for the first ever time. Literally last Halloween. So late to the game. In the United States, I'm sure there's way more Disney Channel original movies that I have yet to watch. But I'll get around to it one of these days. It just took me crazy amounts of years to watch Halloween Town. In the United States of Oregon, Belle and Beast rule as king and queen. 20 years after they married, united the settings of many Disney animated films and banished all villains to the Isle of the Lost, a slum surrounded by a magic-suppressing barrier. Beast plans to abdicate in favor of his and Belle's son, Ben, who announces a program to invite 4 children from the Isle of Lost, dubbed as Villain Kids, or VKs, who live in Auradon, away from the influence of their villainous parents, Carlos, son of Cruella de Vil, Jay, son of Jafar, Evie, daughter of the evil queen, and their gang's leader, Mal, daughter of Maleficent. Maleficent orders them to... I always have trouble with that word. That name. Orders them to steal the fairy godmother's magic wand and deactivate the barrier so Maleficent can conquer Auradon. The 4 VKs find themselves fitting in and enjoying a normal childhood. And Mal begins a relationship with Ben, supplanting Audrey, daughter of Princess Aurora and Prince Philip. When the barrier is inadvertently dispelled, Maleficent attacks Ben's coronation, transforms into a dragon. With Ben encouraging her to make her own choice, Mal decides to be good. She and her friends rebuke Maleficent, turning her into a small lizard, from which state she can recover if she fills her heart with love. The people of Auradon celebrate. That sounds like a wonderful story. Yeah, that was Kristen Chenoweth. Nailed it. Nice. Let's see, the second one came out 2017. Simulcasted on 6 channels. That's incredible. ABC, Disney Channel, Disney XD, Freeform, Lifetime, and Lifetime. It was on Lifetime? What? The film was watched by... That is weird. That does not seem like a Lifetime movie. The film was watched by 5.3 million viewers on Disney Channel and 8.9 across all 6 networks. Mal struggles with her new celebrity life as Ben's girlfriend, secretly using magic to maintain a lifestyle she feels is a facade. Mal decides that she does not belong in Auradon. She returns to the Isle, where gang leadership has fallen to her old rival, Pirate Captain Uma, Ursula's daughter, and her first and second mates, Harry, Captain Hook's son, and Gil, Gaston's son. Respectively, Evie, Jay, and Carlos agree to help Ben find Mal. Mal rejects Ben, believing it to be best for him and Auradon that she stays on the Isle. Uma captures Ben and demands the fairy godmother's wand in exchange for his life. Uma resents not being chosen to live in Auradon. Ben respects her as a leader, invites her to Auradon, but she vows to make her own way there instead, using a 3D printed decoy wand. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mal's group, that is so current age. Mal's group rescues Ben at the shipboard Royal Cotillion. Uma appears as Ben's date, and he announces he will destroy the barrier. Mal releases Uma, realizes Uma has cast a spell on Ben. When Mal discovers Ben commissioned a portrait that depicts her as she was before she changed herself with magic, she accepts the act of love and kisses Ben, breaking the spell. Uma and Mal battle, transforming into an octopus and a dragon, respectively. Ben tries to negotiate with Uma, but she leaves unreconciled. Evie asks to bring more children from the Isle to Auradon, and Ben agrees. Let's see. Third film received 4.6 million viewers. All right, so honestly, it's kept a pretty steady audience. Obviously, there's fluctuations. I would not count the 8.9 across six networks. That's just wild. But 5.3, obviously, where's this one at? 6.6, and then the next one's 4.6. I mean, that's pretty steady. That is very steady. Do they give out numbers for Disney Plus? Oh yeah, the film was watched by 6.7 million viewers in its first 3 days on Disney Plus. So yeah, it went right back up to 6.7. Yeah, that's they obviously have something there. There's a lot of people that want to see it. Two more films were being developed by Disney. One of them ending up being The Rise of Red. Film's executive producer confirmed that Disney is definitely working on and thinking about a follow-up movie, and that due to the Rise of Red with a warning, due to the end of Rise of Red with a warning about the unforeseen circumstances of time travel, in the sequel there will be future good and evil turns for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting multiples of millions of people tuning in within the first 3 days, clearly it tells you that there's a lot going on there. People are interested. Obviously, they want it to keep going. Not gonna lie, I forgot about this franchise, as did many. But once Rise of Red came out, boom, old fans returns. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, the numbers were pretty steady. It even went up for the new one. So maybe they're gonna capture a new audience, you know? Very cool. Very, very cool. How the Descendants franchise became the biggest thing on Disney. Biggest thing in Disney villainy. What a word. The new storyline launching in Descendants, The Rise of Red, we look at why these movies slap. One of the summer's most anticipated movies stars Rita Ora in a bright red wig, singing about ruling the world. It reunites Brandy and Paolo Montalban as Cinderella and Prince Charming, and it showcases a whole lot of tightly choreographed group dance sequences. Descendants, The Rise of Red is the newest movie in Disney Channel's ridiculously popular, I would say so, Descendants franchise for the past 9 years. Since 2015's Descendants launched a series. The movies and their spin-offs have been the biggest thing to come out on Disney Channel. Yeah, it has obviously been popular, and why would you ever stop that? Directed by Kenny Ortega, High School Musical. I mean, you're working with a winning philosophy there. That is just, it makes no sense to not continue that. Laid out an enticing concept for fans of classic Disney villains. What if those villains' kids went to high school, along with the children of Disney heroes? I mean, that is just big brain thinking right there. The Disney heroes live peacefully while their villainous counterparts have been sequestered to the ramshackle Isle of the Lost. At first, they go along with the plan, but eventually the 4 villain kids realize that maybe being good isn't all that bad. Rise of Red continues the legacy of the main trilogy, follows Chloe, the daughter of Cinderella, and King Charming, and Red, the daughter of Queen of Hearts, who ended up traveling back in time in an effort to stop Red's mother from becoming a tyrannical villain. It's been 6 years since the last Descendants movie, so the hype is high. The newest music video preview racked up more than 9.5 million YouTube views in just 2 weeks. And it almost matched that in views on Disney Plus, so pretty amazing. Disney villains are popular, very popular. New Disney movies don't often center on proper villains nowadays. I think that's for the better, but that's another essay. But people still love the classic ones and bemoan their disappearance from the cultural landscape. Yeah, I would say villains are not usually included in a lot of newer Disney content, which is kind of a negative in my mind. Because I'm looking at it, and you need a clear villain. You need good and evil to have like a really good story most of the time. So to have like a really well-drawn, well-thought-out villain can just make your movie or show or whatever just 10 times better. Because you do need obstacles for the main character to go through. And what better way than to have a well-written villain that almost makes you like the villain, you know? Very often in those older Disney shows or movies, you enjoyed the villain. Not what they did, because they were evil, but how they did it. The mannerisms became super popular. It was such a good balance between the good and the evil. I don't know. I don't know why they got rid of that or shy away from it. It's not like a proper villain is making people evil or bad, or it's not going to make kids terrible. I don't know why they did that. Earlier Disney movies like Sleeping Beauty and 101 Dalmatians, they just get to do more than the heroes. Yeah, they were such a big part of the story. Literally every one you can think of had a really good villain. So seeing a favorite Disney villain return in the Descendants franchise scratches a nostalgic itch. Particularly since these characters aren't the series protagonists, so they can be as comically bad as they were in the original cartoon incarnations. Yeah, that's great. That is just wonderful. Yeah, I like the fact that, you know, because Disney does cater to younger audiences, obviously. Having the next generation of villains be established and created just feels fitting. Next generation characters allow new stories to be told, except, yeah, exactly. But with something familiar grounding them. And considering these movies are only loosely tied to the Disney canon, they can get a little funky plot-wise if you take them at face value. Yeah, sure, Gaston's kid becomes pirate pals with Captain Hook's son, and Ursula the Sea Witch's daughter, and Dopey the dwarf's son falls for the evil queen's daughter, and Maleficent's daughter has pretty purple hair, and she ends up saving the day. Descendants movies cater to childhood fantasies about concocting new stories from favorite characters and fitting into them, but that's a good thing. Like a game of make-believe come to life. Costumes and elaborate role-playing in a beloved existing setting. Yeah, exactly. Underlying theme is kids trying not to be cruel like their parents, do better. Yeah, I kind of like that, honestly. It's, you know what, it's showing that just because your parent or parents are evil doesn't mean you have to be. Kind of a blank slate morality tale, which, hey, it's pretty good. Pretty good story element. I like it. Kenny Ortega's magic touch. Yeah, absolutely. Musical focused mastermind behind High School Musical. Amazing. Hocus Pocus. Amazing. Newsies. Haven't seen it. Cheetah Girls 2. Haven't seen it. And then some. Directed the first 3 Descendants movies. Ortega just gets that the secret to making a popular Disney movie that enchants fans is just to embrace the kind of camp associated with the Disney brand. Descendants movies are the ultimate testament to this. You know what? I totally agree. It's got to be campy. It's got to have that like song and dance and, you know, really interesting stories. Obviously, it's got to have a younger audience in mind. That is the beauty of Disney. Songs are bangers. The dancing is energetic and impressively choreographed. The sets and costumes are loud and eye-catching. All these things shoot for a campy, over-the-top tone, but that's not criticism. Yeah, that is... To get him to do that is amazing. Clearly he's had success. Why mess with something that's great? Yeah, that is just incredible. All the Descendants movies are perfect for young audiences, but not for them alone. For anyone who's aged out of the days of daydreaming about being the long-lost child of a favorite Disney character, these films are a way to tap into those whimsies and embrace the inner child who wanted to be swept away to a fairy tale world. That immediately makes me think of Peter Pan, going to Never Never Land. Any resistance is blown away by the infectiously catchy songs. Yeah, Descendants watch marathon. Indeed. Yeah, that is That's the beauty of Disney stuff is even, you know, at my age, I can watch something Disney and just kind of get transported back into time. It's wonderful. Especially if you watched it when you were younger. Peter Pan and Hook have always had this kind of stranglehold over my brain since I was a kid. And I don't know, the idea of Never Neverland is just so perfect. It's so perfect. Forever Young. Literally like the song. Underrated 9-year-old Disney franchise is surprisingly groundbreaking. Films explore moral ambiguity, tells a story about taking down walls, highlights the effects of toxic families, obviously abuse, challenging simple divisions between good and evil, promotes breaking down walls and giving second chances, showing a society choosing to stop acting out of fear, toxic parenting, trauma recovery in a powerful, meaningful way. Movies for kids and tweens can vary wildly in quality, and the wide array of Disney Channel original movies are no exception. You know what, though? Even like the awkward Disney Channel movies, I've seen clips of certain things. They still have that beautiful campiness, and I think that's what makes them special. Looking back, you know, watching some of that stuff, like watching Halloween Town, was it dated? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it was still super fun. It had that camp factor to it. It was nostalgic in a way that brought me back in time. Even though I hadn't seen that when I was younger, it brought me back in a time when I would have seen it. Highlights the effects of toxic families. Explore moral ambiguity. For example, in Descendants 3, arguably the series' strongest film, people rage against someone from the Isle becoming queen. Time and time again, the villainous characters are given more depth, and the hero characters from Auradon are revealed to sometimes be shallow and petty. Tells a story about taking down walls. Barrier around the Isle is taken down at the end of Descendants 3. Showing even the scariest villains can do some good. Mal decides at the end that she and Ben should remove the barrier altogether. Ruled that the barrier came down because everyone deserves a second chance. Even more vitally, she said that the people of Auradon should not spend their lives, entire lives, in useless fear. Vital for kids' movies to tell stories like these so kids can either see themselves reflected or understand their peers and their world better. It's kind of one thing that Disney kind of nails a lot of is having an arc. Whether that's good to bad, bad to good, etc. It's having some sort of morality tale in it. This is so deep. This is such niche information here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is too deep as far as I'm concerned. Love is not weak or ridiculous. It's actually really amazing. Mal to Maleficent. Main protagonist. Sneaky, smart, and sometimes ruthless girl who is a natural born leader and skilled at art, especially spray paint art. Though she is compassionate, she is also vengeful and does not forgive others easily. She has a knack for casting spells, but only if needed. Evie, True Love's kiss works every time. Evie is one of the Tudor archives. I've never seen that word other than this website. Of the film, as well as a major character in sequels. Founder of Evie's Four Hearts. Mal's Maid of Honor. Ben and Mal's Wedding. Two lush dark hair falls from her forehead. Wait, I don't need to know that. Evie's a girl who's smart, flirty, and very kind in the long run. Although, unlike most of the villain kids, she is very pleasant to the point that she was able to make the most sour villain smile with her laughter on her 6th birthday party. Loyal and authoritative when she wants to be. Due to her mother's insistence that being beautiful is all that matters, Evie has problems with her own vanity and is sensitive to how others view her. Biggest fear is not ending up as the fairest of them all. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Carlos, he was introduced in The Isle of Lost, a Descendants novel. Obviously portrayed by the late Cameron Boyce. He was one of the nicer VKs and was rarely seen doing anything bad. Having been treated as a slave for a long time, he was obedient and disliked the idea of going against authority. He tended to follow what his mother told him and what his friends did. His mother claimed he was a follower rather than a leader. Carlos longed to prove her wrong. Being younger and physically weaker than the rest of his class, Carlos was often a target of bullies. By being looked down upon by the majority, Carlos had shown to be a lot smarter than them. He was a true tech prodigy, having had worked feverishly on a project that would connect the Isle of the Lost to the outside world. Inherited his mother's love of fashion. He didn't inherit Cruella's love of dogs. Deathly afraid of dogs. Interesting. Cruella raised Carlos into thinking that dogs are killers as well as vicious, rabid pack animals. As a result, Carlos had an extreme fear of canines. Oh. Carlos realized that dogs can be gentle and lovable when Ben introduced him to Dude, the campus mutt. The two then developed an unbreakable bond. Cool. Let's see, we got Jay. Handsome, punkish, and mischievous. Being athletic, Jay provides the brawn when he and his friends are invited to ardent prep. He's a thief, a con man, a handsome, quick-witted boy with charm to spare, whose lies are as beautiful and as silvery as his eyes. Penchant for stealing things. Well, that's interesting. Oh my gosh. Timeline recaps Disney villain fates and the Descendants story. It's split in 2. Gotcha. Yeah, that is just too deep to go through on this. Obviously, if you're looking to read that, you can. Jay was never shown affection by his parents, so when he tries out for the tourney team and makes it, gets a chance to see what it's like to be a part of something as special. Oh, that's nice. Shown to have kleptomaniac tendencies, as he often steals objects on the fly. He can also be a flirt, having flirted with several girls in the film, including Lonnie and Audrey, and in Wicked World flirting with CJ. Tends to be very rough and enjoys fighting with others or pushing those that get in his way, as shown in his first practice tourney match. As the film progresses, he grows to believe and enjoy friendship, as he tells Mal, Evie, and Carlos they need to work together to steal the wand, and even came to the defense of Evie against Chad. By the end of the film, he's determined to become good, though he has yet to fully give up his kleptomaniac ways. That's kind of funny. And then we got Uma, main antagonist, who used to work at Ursula's Fish and Chips as a waitress. Captain of her own crew of pirates. In The Rise of Red, it is revealed that Mal has made Uma the principal of... Really? I did prep. Wow. Okay. Sassy, loyal, determined, strong, ambitious, and a natural-born leader. Though she has a tough exterior, she cares deeply for her crew, along with the other people who were being mistreated on the Isle. When Harry returned from the water after having jumped into it to look for his hook, even though she was rushing In the fight against Maul, Uma stopped for a moment and helped her friend get onto the docks. However, as a result of being raised by Ursula, Uma is still a villain and has different ways when it comes to treating strangers and enemies like Maul, devious, and would use any possible way to keep her rival wrapped around her finger, like kidnapping Ben in order to pressure Maul into handing over Fairy Godmother's magic wand. Despite the opinion of Maul and Uma's other enemies, Ben believes that Uma is just an angry girl with a bad plan, who wishes to be heard and not so different from Maul. Obviously, something that's very important is Cameron Boyce passed. As I said, I knew of him from Grown Ups movie. Didn't know him from this, but clearly, if you're in an Adam Sandler movie and a bunch of other productions, now you're in like Disney productions, like clearly you are on the rise. So this is a foundation that was started in 2019 to honor the legacy of Cameron Boyce by aiming to cure epilepsy through funding research, education, and awareness campaigns, while still supporting causes that were important to Cameron. Amazing. Clearly needs to be supported. Quote, look around, serve others. You're not going to be here forever. Do what you love and stay happy. Cameron Boyce Foundation celebrates his life and legacy by continuing to work on the causes that were dear to Cameron's heart, by raising awareness and working towards a cure for epilepsy. Dubbed an old soul by many who encountered him, it's no surprise that Cameron possessed an all-encompassing appreciation of the arts. His love of performing began in a dance studio, which then transitioned into print ads, commercials, television, and film. At 20 years of age, he'd already become a veteran in show business, known for his roles as Luke in Disney Channel's Jessie and as Carlos in Descendants. Also starred alongside Kiefer Sutherland in Mirrors, Shia LaBeouf in Eagle Eye. Oh, yeah. I did not even put that together. Catherine Hahn in Mrs. Fletcher, and Adam Sandler in Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2. So clearly a star on the rise. Unbelievable talent. Gone too soon, frankly. In 2018, Cameron launched a successful birthday campaign that built 2 freshwater wells in Swaziland. Because of this, he was honored with the Pioneering Spirit Award at the Thirst Project's 9th annual gala. After Cameron's passing, the award was renamed the Cameron Boyce Pioneering Spirit Award in his honor. That's lovely. Clearly put his money where his mouth was. Just the ability to take the spotlight you have, even at such a young age, and put it towards good causes, says a lot about him. Clearly with a deep heart and an open mind, did a lot of good things in such a short amount of time. So if you'd like to donate or get involved, you can do so. The CameronBoyceFoundation.org is the website. Go ahead and check it out. That is a great cause. And it's sad. Very sad. He's no longer here. But it's great that the foundation is still working and certainly collecting money and advocating and all that good stuff. So it's good. It's good. They keep his work alive. Indeed. That is great that they're continuing to do that. I'm sure his family's involved in some way, which is great. But yeah, that's amazing. Truly amazing. Sad to see him go. R.I.P. The next video of the day is Scott McCall, True Alpha from the show Teen Wolf. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Make sure I got this pulled up. It would help if it was centered. There we go. All right.
Wait! You said the cure comes from the one who bit you. Sorry. You might want to try a different perspective. This is just entropy at work.
You alive in there?
This is more the natural way of the universe. No. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's falling apart.
Look at them! You see what they do?
Wait, no, don't!
It's just changing shape, for better or worse.
Hey, we'll get through this.
We really just want to help you reach your full potential.
Exactly. By killing my friends.
Sometimes the people closest to you
He wants to make a killer out of
can be the ones holding you back the most.
Okay. If they're holding me back from becoming a psychotic nut job like you.
Are you really going to leave all of this up to a couple of kids?
Alpha, beta.
They're more capable than you think.
But what are you, Scott?
What the hell is so special?
She's an alpha?
All right, Luke.
McCall.
Take it easy.
Couple of useless
Appreciate you
teenagers?
hanging out.
Some have more promise than others.
Enjoy the rest of Spain.
We're right. I'm not part of your pack.
I'm aware of a certain potential threat.
What did I teach you is the best way to eliminate a threat.
Then someone once taught me a very smart way to eliminate threat.
Get someone to do it for you.
Get someone else to do it for you.
A beta can become an alpha without having to steal or take that power. They call it a true alpha. It's one who rises purely on the strength of character.
It's a spiral. Reminds us that we can all rise to one or fall to another. Betas can become alphas, but alphas can also fall to betas or even omegas.
True alpha.
Deucalion isn't after Derek.
The kind that doesn't have to steal his power from another.
He's after you.
Like Scott.
One that can rise by the force of his own will.
Why didn't you tell me?
Our little Scott.
You knew this would happen. Because you might be an alpha. I believed. But you're not mine. I don't know why I knew you were bitten. Because I trust you.
How did you do that?
You're not an omega.
Why?
You're an alpha now, Scott.
You're already an alpha of your own pack.
You okay?
Yeah, we're okay. We're all okay.
I believed.
Because you always seem to want to do the right thing.
I'm an alpha now.
Whoa.
I
Whoa.
want to keep watching people die.
I'm not sure you have much choice about that.
Let me help you.
Wendigos don't need help.
Maybe I do. That's a lot.
Reminds me of The Matrix.
I don't care.
Scott McCall is possibly the
Bite is
kindest
a
in
gift.
the MCU.
Bite is a gift.
What if he
Really?
doesn't want our help?
I don't want it. You will. You will.
Not all monsters do monstrous things.
By the way, welcome back.
Like who?
So you and me, Scott? We're brothers now. We're brothers now. I'm not a murderer.
Like Scott?
But you are a predator. We're predators. No. We're predators, but we don't have to. You don't have to be killers.
Become the alpha you're meant to be.
I don't know why that always reminds me of Twilight, but it does.
You're gonna be good at this. You're not a monster. You're a werewolf. Like me.
I haven't seen that color on you.
Because not only do you have the power to do something,
It suits you.
you care enough to do it.
Do you know how lucky you are?
What do you mean? We're here to save a life.
Scott's a true alpha.
Not end one.
That means he didn't get his powers because he was born with it. He didn't get it by stealing or by killing someone. He earned it.
There's no such thing as fate.
This town needs someone to protect it. There's no such thing as werewolves. I want to find out who did this.
What are we supposed to do?
Same thing you've always done. And I'm gonna stop them. Protect your friends. Protect each other. Someone like you.
What is that?
Symbol. Symbol of an alpha in his pack.
What do you want?
I want to know about Scott McCall.
Who's back?
I want to know.
Want to see what you're made of.
Scott's. You don't fight for a leader. You fight for a leader's cause.
What kind of alpha he really is.
What cause? Scott's always been about one thing.
I know who Scott McCall is.
Saving his friends.
I'm gonna save everyone.
I don't know why we're going after a beta when there's an alpha on the field.
Because an entire pack of alphas went after McCall, and he was the one left standing.
Show me the man who took down Deucalion and broke the Argent.
When there's no chance of winning, he keeps fighting. When all hope is lost, he finds another way. And when he's beaten down, he stands up again.
That's so cool.
I'm a true alpha. You have no idea what I can do.
Sweetheart, everything okay?
That is so neat.
Something's changed.
You and your friends are trying to protect everyone.
There's no hope.
Have you been doing this the whole time?
I think it's because of me.
First love, you remember what that's like?
It's an excellent edit, by the way. Very good at summarizing
First
this.
love ever loved.
Yeah, trust me, I remember. And I don't know how to fix it.
I mean, how are you all still alive?
We're trying to fight for him.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you'd kill for him. But are you willing to die for him?
All of us are.
There's always a choice. Yeah, well, I can't do what you can, Scott. I know you wouldn't have done it.
You can do things that nobody else can do.
Probably would have just figured something out, right?
We can't all be perfect.
I try. Yeah, because you're Scott McCall.
I'm sure he gets that
True
criticism
Can't
a
all be
lot.
true alphas.
Guess what? All of us can't be true alphas. Some of us have to make mistakes.
Every time I try to fight back, it just gets worse. People keep getting hurt.
Some of us have to get our hands a little bloody sometimes. Some of us are human.
Idiot. Teenage boy so incorruptible he wouldn't shed the blood of his enemies even when justified.
Killing them isn't the right thing to do.
You can stay and I'll break something else. Or you can run.
What if it's the only thing to do?
My mother told me you were a man of vision once. We're letting you go because we hope you can be that man again.
Every leader suffers loss.
You know, you had all the power in the world and you didn't know what to do with it.
Can't you trust anyone?
Because you trust everyone!
You don't deserve your power.
You'll get them back. You have to.
Why would they come back?
Because you're their leader.
We survived an alpha pack.
And even when a leader thinks they have nothing left to
The
give,
Dark Druid, professional assassins.
there's still one thing.
We could survive Dread Doctors and Chimeras too.
It was more than a symbol, wasn't it?
Give them
It
hope.
was a promise to reunite them.
You of all people, Scott, should know what happens to a lone wolf.
Yes. Don't you know the lone wolf never survives without a pack?
You tell him to run.
Leaders don't run.
Scott's still alive and he knows how to save them.
You fight back now, right?
So why aren't all of you running for your lives?
All of them.
What did you think we were gonna do?
Please tell me he's got a plan.
Everyone said Gerard always had a plan. Drop this.
Because we don't run.
He's got a plan.
I had a plan too.
Now that sounds like an alpha.
This great family is decimated.
There's a lot of pressure to be under. Good grief.
No one dies tonight.
Mountain ash!
2 bands, right? What does it mean?
Who's that?
Me and my dad. I don't know. It's just something I traced with my fingers. I'm gonna be better this year. A better student, a better son, a better friend, a better everything.
You boys are gonna stick together. You're gonna look out for each other.
I promise.
And you're gonna have each other's backs. You got it?
We got it.
That's where all this started.
You are when it comes to war.
That's why we're gonna make peace.
With Gerard?
Lydia, you know what's coming.
You know where it's all gonna end.
We all keep using the same word.
War.
So what stops the war from happening?
Peace summit.
Right. We meet face to face with Gerard, find out what he wants, and then we stop all this before it gets any worse.
The last time Gerard was at a peace summit was with Deucalion.
I had a vision. A vision of peace.
He blinded him and then killed everybody else, including his own men.
Whoa. Whoa.
Changed.
You have a soft spot for him.
You're the one that let him live.
Gerard hasn't. I'm not a murderer. Yeah, we can find a way to make peace.
You fight.
Do you still think you're gonna get through all this without killing anyone?
If you lied and it gets people hurt,
All you saw was him.
I'll be back.
He destroyed our family.
You might just survive this. You might be able to kill him with a look.
Sometimes history does repeat itself, Scott.
Only if you don't learn.
But you'd be surprised at how resourceful he can be.
Sometimes even then, fate conspires against you.
I thought that would be with me forever. Or the ones that
The
I
heck of a
lost.
villain.
I'm sorry that they don't trust you. And neither do I. Some people I thought I could never trust
You and Deucalion?
ended up saving my life. More than once.
You know, we always seem to find each other anyway.
Now I know what kind of alpha you are.
Even Allison.
You came back for Beacon Hills?
No. Came back for you.
Who are they?
Everyone smile.
Guess we're not those same kids running around the woods looking for a body. No, we're not.
Who in the hell did that?
My friends. We came to help. We came to win. My pack. So no matter how bad things get, or how good, they always come back to the middle. Regression to the mean. I'm not so sure that applies to a town like this.
Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go throw it some love. That deserves a lot of it. That was a beautiful summary of Scott. One thing leaders have to do is they have to suffer with the consequences from their decisions. Gonna get people hurt, gonna get people killed, but they also get to, you know, enjoy the spoils of victory if they do something correct, or, you know, they get rid of an enemy, vanquish them, whatever. You get that too. So it takes a certain kind of person to be able to lead people into battle, for sure. Yeah, that was lovely. That was really good. Teen Wolf. Supernatural reimagining of a 1985 film of the same name. Portrays a young werewolf who defends his California town from supernatural creatures and other threats. Premiered in 2011, concluded 2017 after 6 seasons. Won a bunch of awards, nominations. Film continuation, Teen Wolf the movie was released on Paramount Plus just last year. Revolves around Scott McCall, high school student living in the fictional California town of Beacon Hills. Scott becomes the eponymous teenage werewolf series after he is bitten by an alpha werewolf the night before his second year of high school, drastically changing his once ordinary life. Yeah, I'd say so. Fight forces him to balance his new identity with day-to-day teenage life and eventually help protect his hometown, which he learns is a beacon for supernatural activity. Begins the series as a relatively unpopular and unathletic student who lives with his divorced mother, Melissa, a nurse at Beacon Hills Memorial Hospital. As a werewolf, he develops heightened physical abilities and senses well beyond those of an ordinary human, but he also must control animalistic instincts that are amplified by feelings of aggression and full moons. True Alpha is a lot different than a regular Alpha. That's why he's so sought after by people in the verse. Yeah, I'm assuming so. I kind of earlier related it to Neo being like the one and having just better abilities, basically. Kind of seems fitting. For one, a true alpha usually only rises once every 100 years. Oh my gosh. That's pretty amazing. Scott McCall. Got to Jennifer and Lunar Eclipse. I'm an alpha now. Coming for my friends. I'm coming for everyone. I won't stop. I'll never stop until we get everyone back. Son of Raphael and Melissa McCall and the main protagonist. Loosely based on Scott Howard, the protagonist of the film, 1985. So obviously he had a glow up. That's what I'm getting from this. He became much more athletic. Obviously didn't have asthma anymore, I'm assuming. One night, his best friend Styles, his real name is unknown, but later revealed to be not even going to try it, tells him that the police found a dead body in the woods and asks Scott to join him to find it. However, during the investigation, Styles was caught by the sheriff, his dad, while Scott keeps going further into the woods to see the body. Somehow he's attacked by a wolf. His abilities increase without realizing, and suddenly he's the captain of the lacrosse team. I'm sure there's a little bit in between there. Same day, he has his first transformation and later attempts to cure his lycanthropy. Lycanthropy, maybe? There we go. That's probably better. Eventually, Scott accepts that he is a werewolf and decides to be one of the protectors of Beacon Hills. With the help of his friends and allies, he stops supernatural threats of the town. Scott later becomes an alpha werewolf, one of the strongest werewolf types. Later leads his own pack called the McCall Pack and becomes the protector of Beacon Hills. For 2, unlike a regular alpha, you can't steal a true alpha's powers, plus the ceiling and potential for true alpha is way higher. That's definitely going to help when he's leading the pack. Yeah, as they were saying there for a while, it's just fighting him and going against him is just a losing battle for sure. True Alpha describes the method by which a werewolf can attain the status of alpha werewolf without having to kill and take the status or inherit the status from another alpha. According to Dr. Deaton, the process by which a werewolf rises in status to alpha due to their own willpower and strength of character is rare. It's rare. It's something that doesn't happen within 100 years, but every once in a while, a beta can become an alpha without having to steal or take that power. They call it a true alpha. It's one who rises purely on the strength of character, by virtue, by sheer force of will. According to Teen Wolf creator Jeff Davis, the term true alpha only applies to how one attains the status of alpha. Once an individual becomes an alpha this way, they can't lose the status unless they die or choose to give it up to heal someone. The only residual quirk of the true alpha method is that your status cannot be taken, except by a beta that you created. In the case of Scott McCall, he has 2 bitten betas that could possibly take his status. According to Deaton, true alpha method hasn't occurred in his lifetime. This suggests that besides Scott, no other alpha werewolves mentioned or seen on the show could have risen to the status on their own. In Teen Wolf the movie, Derek Hale's eyes shifted from blue to red as he dies, saving everyone from the Nogitsune? I have no idea. This could suggest that taking a life, as Derek did, doesn't disqualify one from rising in this way, or it could be some other, so far unexplained method of becoming an alpha. Interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot about the beta part. Yeah, that's interesting. So if you create betas, they could take you down, basically. That's fascinating. I'm sure that's an important part of it, or, you know, a go-to part of it. He was deeply in love with Allison, and they are tragic lovers. She was his girlfriend, and he was never loved anybody else. Has never loved anybody else. She died in his arms after being stabbed by an Oni and professed her love for Scott before dying. 15 years later, Allison was resurrected, but had no memory of who she was. However, because of Scott and Lydia, she remembered who she was. After Derek's death, Allison and Scott rekindled their romance relationship and decided to move to LA with Dr. Deaton and Eli. Interesting. Styles is Scott's best friend since childhood and sidekick. He helps Scott through the beginning of being a werewolf, and Scott does everything he can to destroy the Nogitsune, which was using tormenting Styles. They're as close as brothers and cannot live without each other. Season 5, Scott and Styles are broken up because of Theo Raken. However, in the second half of Season 5, the boys reconciled, now stronger than ever. Styles was taken by the Ghost Riders. Scott did everything in his power to rescue him and bring him back. Interesting character. Definitely seemed like one that took the challenge of being a leader well. Like, some people are attuned to that. Some people not so much. And it certainly comes to fruition and becomes obvious as soon as you reach some adversity. So clearly Scott is in the right position. And it kind of makes sense because he's a true alpha. Though it's kind of a good way to create a slight balance because not every person that is bit by a werewolf survives the bite. Plus, the connection between an alpha and their beta is naturally familial. That makes a lot of sense. Honestly, if you think about it, who are the closest people to you that could tear you down like that? Definitely family. If you've ever had an issue with your family or a disagreement or something like that, maybe, you know, there's a little bit of friction there. It does not take much for a family member to bring you down pretty quick. Whether that's a sibling, whatever, parent. It is the quickest way to get taken down for sure. So it kind of actually is poetic in a way that the beta you create can take you down. I don't know. That sounded very poetic to me. Let's go ahead and jump into the 5th and final video. It is Best Friends interview with Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Stray Kids, Bang Chan, and Felix. This does have closed captioning, so I am thankful for YouTube Premium having that available and just kind of streaming that. live here. It has been a blessing, for sure. Let me go ahead and change this so it's easier to read. All right. Let's jump into it.
네, 안녕하세요. 스트레이키즈의 방찬입니다. 2024년 가장 기대되는 영화 1위 북미 사전 최고 예매량 기록 영화 데드풀과 울버린의 주제가 베스트 프렌드잖아요. 예. 그래서 오늘은 특별히 내 친구를 소개하는 자리를 마련했습니다. Woo! Alright, welcome Ryan. Good to see you again. Hello. How have you guys been?
So happy to be here. And welcome Hugh. Finally, we get
They
to
did
see
so much press for this movie. It's incredible.
Crazy.
We can speak Australian. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a separate language, right? Yeah.
I always thought like superheroes were special, but that's Stray Kids right here. That is, yeah. They do not let you into the club wearing a Deadpool suit. They let you into the club if you're a member of Stray Kids.
We can't get into any club, so could we come with you guys?
Well, we haven't been to a club.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. We haven't been.
Take us out one night. Let us get a little glimpse into what it's like.
We'll talk about it with the company.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
You know what? I'll talk about it with the company.
All right, makes it better.
They look very concerned over there.
Yeah, it's just like giving us the eyes right now.
So this whole interview is a best friends concept. So here I would like to introduce my best friend.
Good mates, yeah. Since when? When did you meet? We met like
2016?
Yeah, 2017 actually.
Yeah.
2017 was when we had our first fight.
That's definitely an amazing part of it. That is amazing. That is really cool.
We're 17 years in now. 17. Wow.
That's a long.
There was about a 9-year period where we didn't speak with each other, but we're working through it.
Yeah.
Okay. As some of you guys know, I am, and also Felix is, we are great big fans of both of you.
Huge fans.
And we also do have history, if we, on social media.
We sure do.
Do you want to talk about that maybe?
Well, yeah, we, I guess, kind of met through social media. Yeah. But do you know that some of my closest friends I've met that way, where, sometimes like Rob McElhenney, who's a friend of mine, who he and I bought a Welsh football club together.
Right. I do know.
Some people know about this, some people don't. I don't pretend everyone does. I reached out to him on social media just because I admired something he did on his show, and as I've gotten older, I've thought like, don't keep that inside. Tell someone when you see someone do something that's amazing.
Rob McElhenney is so good on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You one of these days.
It's one of the rare gems of TV.
That was the block button, which you get confused.
In fact, it's on Comedy Central. Or no, it's on FX.
And then went on this
Just
crazy
did not
adventure
expect it to be
together.
on that channel.
We had a similar thing, and I'm just wondering, like, let's take it to the next level. Like,
Yeah,
what are we
okay.
gonna do? Let's buy like maybe a cricket team.
Why not?
Oh yeah, sure.
Wow, cricket.
Buy Hugh's childhood home and turn it into a circus. Whatever you we hung up. One of my favorite interviews I did on Free Guy was
Free Guy was
very interesting.
When was that? It was like
That was a great movie.
No.
You haven't seen it.
Our friendship, you and I have been friends longer than you've been friends with him.
Oh, that is true.
Okay.
I was like, Ryan.
Yeah, that was back in 2021.
How did Hugh feel when we, I guess, mentioned him in the social media conversation? It started off with us two first, and then we're like,
If he just hears his name anywhere, his brain tastes chocolate. Sorry, I'll let you answer yourself.
I hear a lot of stuff and I tune it all out. I haven't heard anything for about the last 17 years.
Yes. I love sitting next to each other on a plane is always fun.
I do this a lot.
Yeah. Sometimes he's fast asleep and I'm only
Could you imagine seeing those two on your plane? Like, what?
So, I mean, it's fantastic to see you guys here finally. And also, Hugh, we have great news today because...
Of course, they fly private, so you would never actually see them on a plane, but
we have something prepared, actually.
it's pretty cool.
oh yeah, we
Think
do,
about.
we do.
Okay, so basically what we've prepared is the cameo that both of you guys have prepared for our music video, Chick Chick Boom. And so,
This was a secret.
Well, I mean, today it's only us for that we get to see the cameo for the first time. So,
It's funny because everyone here has never seen it.
Not seen it
It's
yet.
funny because
no one has ever seen it.
We haven't seen it yet either.
So this is our first time.
So this is our first time too.
Yeah.
No way. What if this was such a thrill? What am I allowed to say that won't cause a blow dart to go into my neck?
I mean, well, I'm pretty sure this is coming out after the music video anyway, so you can say whatever you want.
No,
Alright, we'll check
thank
out
you
the
so
music
much.
video.
Yeah, should we check it out? All right, sweet. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
No audio.
That suit strikes a figure. So, not a weatherman. Oh yeah. The one thing. This was before I had my lips done.
Oh, straight away.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite thing about this is Marvel has no idea I did that.
Really?
That's part of the fun.
Interesting.
Yeah. How long have you guys been sitting there?
Wow, yeah, that was on top of the building.
Whoa!
Wow, sweet.
Tone shift.
Small.
An older, less agile member. Yeah. And then,
unbelievable.
It is such a
That's awesome.
clinic in confidence and fake confidence. I was nervous.
We were even
Whoa, much more nervous than you.
Yeah, he knows this. He and I talk like
Yeah,
we
I'm
joke
looking forward to it
all the
too,
time, and
honestly.
You guys probably do as well, but we're actually like just.
I don't know if I'll actually see it in the movie theater, but
We're hanging out. We're always
definitely looking
oh,
forward
God,
to checking it
like,
out
fears
eventually.
So like when I was coming to meet you guys, I was nervous. I was like, you guys are like you guys have like made a mark globally. Like that is what you've done is completely.
As I said
crazy.
before, I'm kind of saturated with superhero movies. I'm just kind of done with it. But this looks pretty good, at least to check out. Not enough for me to go to the movie theater though.
Well, I mean, thank
I
you
know
so
a lot
much
of people
for
have.
just being,
I actually looked at the theaters on the opening weekend, and they were pretty much all
This is like our
sold out.
dreams, our childhood dreams. This is really
That's our
You're gonna make a ton of money on it for sure.
The benefit outweighs us far more than it outweighs you. Trust me, we are the ones that scored.
But what happened to the bit with us dancing that we thought was in? Remember we did.
Yeah,
that
they
got
took.
cut?
Yeah,
That got cut?
they took one look at that and.
Why?
Come on.
Why would you cut it out?
Hugh and Ryan responsible for the downfall of Stray Kids.
All right. Well, I guess we saw the music video, but now we can't, just ignore the fact that you guys are here in Korea.
Yes.
So we have to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, not just us, but you guys. And because Deadpool and Wolverine's like a big
Best friend kind of vibes.
So first question: brief introduction of each other's character and what is the attractive point of each other.
What do you guys find each other so attractive?
Oh, so character first. Deadpool is one of my favorite superhero characters. He's so irreverent, so funny. He obviously he can do everything physically and fight and do all that stuff, but he's just so badass. But what I kind of really love about it is underneath there's just this little guy wanting to belong, and this little guy wanting to be part of something, and I love the way that gets covered with all the humor. And
that
Ryan
is
himself,
probably the
first
most
of all, he's a
admirable
genius. He's one of my
trait
best
about
friends.
Deadpool.
He's
Is that kind
one
of
the greatest man I know. He's a terrible father,
guy who
but
just
he's
wants
a
to be
great
there, you know?
Yeah, my kids will attest.
Every time I think about going to a theater to watch it, it's always sold out.
honestly,
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
just one of the
Thinking about driving to another city soon. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't know. I'm so done. I'm so done.
most generous.
So done with superhero movies.
Does a
I
lot
get
of
it.
stuff that you'll never, ever hear
It's a
about,
thing.
and
People are
it's,
so into
I'm
it
one of the
still.
beneficiaries of it.
Oh,
I'm done.
Wow. What is this
Tapping.
bromance?
Tapping out.
That's it.
Here we go, Jackman. You guys got some
Let's go.
tissues? Here we go. No, okay. So you'd be hard pressed.
That being said, I will check it out if it's on a streaming platform. I will do that.
Indelible mark.
Eventually.
On this man in the industry. Not only has he been playing Wolverine for 25 years, and we all know in the comic
But there's a lot of them I
industry,
have
you
not
guys are
seen
recast
at this point.
constantly.
Yep.
There is only one Wolverine, and I have a feeling that there only will ever be one Wolverine. I don't know anyone who could do this.
No doubt.
But he was also a guy who's nominated for Oscars and all kinds of stuff, doing
Yeah.
stuff that's completely
Hugh Jackman is an
different. I mean, like,
incredible
absolutely right outside of the
actor.
box of that. And
Amazing
that is very
on
unusual for a
stage,
leading man. Not
and
as
like
unusual
Broadway.
for a real character kind of actor who's only he's a movie star and he does all these things. Now, The person under that, though, is the reason I've been friends with him for 17 years. I'm going to give you one example of why he's a better father to my own children than I am. I came home from a long day of drinking. No. I came home from a long day of work. I don't know what I was doing. And I walk into my apartment in New York City, and I see my wife, Blake, I say hi, and all that. I keep on, and I hear The Greatest Showman playing.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, because my kids love The Greatest Showman, so they're watching. And I walk into the living room, and yes, The Greatest Showman is in fact playing, except the song that's coming is out of his mouth. He's acting the whole movie out with my kids.
Wow. That's amazing.
That was like one of those moments where I thought, that's just example number 800,000 million why I love this guy. Wow. He really does what he said earlier about me, which is true of him as well, which is that there's so many things he does that you'll never hear about, you never see about. He won't tell you about his accomplishments. He doesn't do any of those things, but he shows up. And I think, and maybe you guys feel this too, the reason that we're so close is like any relationship, friendly competition, but we genuinely root for each other. We want each other to win. Yeah. Like I want him to win, and I know he wants me to win, and because of that, we're like incredibly vulnerable and open with each other, and we're so it's pretty. Yeah, I realize how lucky I am and how rare.
Yeah, there is still a competition there because you're trying to win an award. You're trying to get the part, and that is a competition.
Yeah, you can make your
but it's great that they're able to be friends regardless.
Better, I mean, it's my wife and I.
Then again, I don't think they're ever cast in the same role, so.
Always pushing each other, by fighting and stuff.
Hopefully this one in the new Superman next year fixes this for you. I'm not sure.
I mean, he's incredibly physical. He's an athlete, obviously. Yeah, but when he's shooting these huge sequences where these
have I seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I don't think I have.
And they're vicious, and someone could easily get hurt.
I did like the first two, though.
Using real blades and all that stuff. He's doing it all himself, every little bit of it, and it's just mind blowing to see. But
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still butthurt that Henry Cavill won't be back as Superman.
He's coming at you fast. Yeah. There's no
the fact he was only in one Superman movie, Man of Steel, just irks me beyond belief.
By Hugh Jackman dressed up.
Dude was like the perfect Superman.
Wolverine, who's just taken my life with like weird forks for hands. Because he's so committed to that. So it's crazy how nice he is, but when he's in that character, oh man, it's great there.
It'll be interesting to see what James Gunn does with it.
That's why he's Wolverine for past over 25
I don't know.
Forever.
I'm a little gun shy.
They're going to be dragging his dried, dusty corpse, his rotting, fetid husk, and they're going to be shoving it into a yellow suit when he's 107, and they're going to be booting him out onto the stage and forcing him to make the growly sounds. And I, for one, can't wait.
Do you think we would be able to be like Wolverine or
Deadpool?
Like, can you imagine us doing something like that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Of you two, who would be more Deadpool and who would be more Wolverine?
Well, I'm the type of guy who doesn't show my anger, but will do it on stage with like claws.
I can imagine you, Wolverine.
But you're more Deadpool, I think.
Yeah,
you have more Wolverine.
I think I'm more of a trickster.
You're more of a trickster, but I also see a quiet inner rage.
Yeah.
There, I would not mess with Felix.
You keep it down, but then when it
snatch the soul right out of your body.
That's right. Yeah, that'll be the next sequel for Deadpool and Wolverine. It'll be us two doing it.
It's a long title, but Deadpool and Wolverine versus Stray Kids.
Yes. Oh no!
It would be so funny, I reckon. It would be pretty fun.
That was a treat. That was amazing. Hey, on a serious note, I've been such a fan of you guys for so long, and I know I said this in New York when I saw you guys, but I mean, you gotta have a moment to take it in because what you've done is really, really special and unique and incredible. To have global reach like this and to inspire so many young people, it's great. You guys do a really amazing job.
That means so much to us.
Well, in the end, you guys are the ones that inspired us from our childhood. So
till now,
if people out there are thinking us, they are actually thinking you guys.
We work in Hollywood, so underneath this all, we're horrible, horrible people. Don't worry about that.
Oh, wow. I doubt it. I doubt it. You guys are
keeping best mates. Keep looking after each other.
Yes. Thank you.
The bigger it goes, the more you need each other.
Yeah. Sweet.
Solid advice from you. Solid.
Wolverine, is that the Wolverine? What is a Deadpool? Deadpool's really more like.
Alright, yeah, of course.
Come up over there. Everybody's linking.
my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. You know what's amazing about Ryan Reynolds is the fact that that guy will do anything to promote a film. Like, they have been on everything. Hot Ones, you name it, they've been on it. They've done an interview with the puppy. I think that's Vanity Fair or GQ or something. I don't know which one it is, but they've done so many different interviews and cameos and spots just to promote this movie. It's wild. But you know what? It's paying off. People are seeing it, right? I think the first... Do they have the weekend numbers for that? Let's see. 5 hours ago is officially the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. I don't know if you've read the reviews, but the third is my favorite, possibly even the best one, while also introducing a lot more emotional moments. Interesting. Pretty cool. Go ahead and bring this up real quick. Boom. Yeah, officially the highest rated, or highest grossing, excuse me, R-rated film of all time. Meanwhile, Inside Out 2 continues its climb in the top 10 domestic releases of all time, with less than 10 million left to go to surpass last year's smash hit, Barbie. Wow. Oh my gosh. Maybe just a tad bit less. So when it comes to its $200 million opening weekend, wow. 8th highest second weekend in history. Overall, the film is doing incredibly well with over $395 million US dollars on the domestic side and $824 million globally. This film is a bona fide success and now the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time domestically. That's in the US. First Deadpool grossed $783 million globally. Deadpool 2 did $786. I mean, they've already surpassed that just in global. Oh my gosh. Shortly, Deadpool and Wolverine will become the 52nd film to reach $1 billion and the 11th Marvel property to do so. 7th highest 10-day total in history, higher than Marvel's The Avengers. What? And the last 2 Star Wars films. And again, the last 2 Star Wars films have been... hot take, not good. But is the film still showing a quicker fatigue than its predecessors? Well, I think word of mouth is probably going to make it go up even more, honestly. Probably this week was the week that people saw it for word of mouth. Maybe this weekend as well. So I think it's just going to go up and up and up and up. But maybe like the 4th week, it'll start to drop off. Inside Out 2, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Barbie, Black Panther, Jurassic World, and Marvel's The Avengers all had smaller percentage drops than Deadpool and Wolverine's 54% this weekend. Yeah, it kind of seems like it was more of a all-at-once kind of thing, because it was sold out. I looked at I went to the movie theater that weekend, and literally every movie in the theater was sold out. So I don't know what was happening. Maybe that just got people to go out to the theater. Like, movies that had been out for a while were still getting sold out. I was like, what is happening? Like, it's just getting people to go to the theater, which is a good thing. Amongst the 12 other films to start with over $350 million in the first 10 days, 5 of them fell below $100 million in their second weekend. Let's see. Deadpool and Wolverine owns a $44 million lead on both those films, The Lion King and Barbie, and is holding pace for $640 million on the domestic side. It would be Disney Marvel's 6th film on the $600 million list, and a less challenging August release schedule will help get it there. Bigger question for the MCU is whether this is a momentary plug of the leak or the beginning of a new phase of success. Yes, it has been a leak because the last couple MCU movies have been terrible. not doing well. Whether that's repetitiveness, whether that's, I don't know, fatigue from the viewers, whether that's just weak storylines, I'm not exactly sure. I am not that educated to know because I haven't seen them myself. Will it be a beginning of a new phase of success? Probably not. What you're dealing with here is a splash in the pan. Very much like No Way Home with Spider-Man. It was the end of the trilogy. You got big stars in it. It's gonna do well. You know, this has literally Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. Like, it was always gonna do well. Even if the story absolutely sucked, was terrible, it was gonna do well. Just because of those names, just because of the characters, just because of the IP. Is it gonna be, you know, shining a light down the road for the other movies to be successful? Probably not. Unless they include Deadpool in them or something. I don't think it's going to be a sign of things to come, but they should definitely take heed and realize that, wow, this duo really works. Deadpool and Wolverine is currently still behind Joker and Oppenheimer as the third highest grossing R-rated film worldwide, but is far ahead of them domestically. Interesting. Oh, that's weird. You would have thought Oppenheimer would be behind this. That movie was bigger than I thought it was. Wow, that's weird. That is a weird tidbit there. I would not have guessed that, honestly. Dang. Yeah, I don't think it's a sign of things to come. I think this is just because of Hugh reprising his role as Wolverine. Everyone kind of loved him as Wolverine. I loved him as Wolverine. The first couple X-Men movies were fantastic. I loved X2. I thought it was great. Seeing him reprise his role is fantastic. Logan was a good movie. And of course, Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is very funny. Excellent character. I do like the fact that it's an R-rated. It's a little more edgy. A little bit of a change of pace, if you will. That I don't know. I really freaking enjoy. Will I go to the theater to see it? Probably not. But I will check it out eventually. Oh my gosh. Big ad right there. 8-member K-pop group have a history with Deadpool and with Reynolds. 2021 Stray Kids competed. That's supposed to be competed. On Korean music reality show Kingdom, Legendary War, during which obviously they fired the editors at Rolling Stone, which they performed mashup of their hit song God's Menu and Blackpink's with a homage to Deadpool. Caught the notice of Reynolds, who started a dialogue with the band on social media. It's cool how social media brings people together, isn't it? Earlier this month, Reynolds and Jackman connected with the musicians while promoting their movie. Posted a video of him hanging out with the two of the band members, Felix and Bang Chan, which he captioned, "As they say in Seoul, chick chick boom." It's amazing. Stray Kids almost had a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds reveals. That's really cool. The initial plan was to have them appear in the film, but it was just the strike happening in the middle and some other issues and just making it logistically impossible. Never forget to look on your line producer's face when I said that there are 8 of them. That's funny. That is really funny. That would be an interesting. That would have been an interesting cameo. Honestly, this goes to show about who you know, right? It's about who you know. And what I know is we are done for today. I hope you enjoyed that stream. Later, this will be on YouTube, so I hope you enjoy it. If you're watching on YouTube, shout out to the non-live gang out there watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Todd Reacts. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to watch live at Todd Reacts as well. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I hope you have a next couple of days here are great for you. and the week goes by well. I will see you all on Thursday. Take care of yourselves, as always. And let me turn that music on. There we go. Join the Discord. It's free. It's available. It's awesome. Great community. Growing community. I think we're about 119 still on there. So go ahead and join today. You get the most up-to-date information, and you get to meet some really cool people that are in this community with us together. It's awesome. If you love anything you've seen on the channel, join today. You'll enjoy it. I promise. Pick up some merch. Summer collection's available right now at toddreacts.com. Members of the website save 15% on every purchase. You want to direct the next stream and choose which videos are played? Go ahead and join at toddreacts.com. Season and series tiers are where you request. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. And I will see you all on Thursday. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.